Let me just get my Twitch up.
Yay!
Yas. I'm just realizing that I'm very much doubting that this game has controller support. Unless it does. I
It's
mean,
kind of low-key a browser game.
yeah, I just F11'd on the browser.
Yes.
Alright.
Oh, also, how would I look at your gameplay?
Oh, shit. You're right. I am silly. Instead, let me get this going here. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
I've never been on I've only done this the other way around, watching someone play Bloodborne on stream. I forgot.
I see. Also, if you want to give me the links, I can send it to Terry and them.
Oh yes. Here I'll give you my Twitch link. Boop. Uh,
I'm so excited.
y'all. So I am also so excited. So what is there a setting for? I'm sure it'll be there when we start. All right. The adventure begins. Warning: Forgettable World
Yeah.
is intended for mature audiences. I am hoping that. I mean,
I don't think there's much outside of dialogue. There's
yeah,
not really like gonna be sex on screen.
yeah. I'm just yeah. As long as nothing gets me into too much trouble, I doubt it would. All right. Alas, due to most unfortunate circumstances, it seems that you have died. Damn, I suck at this game. It's been like 2 seconds. Oh, oh, hi, Staryin. Oh, my friend Staryin's in the Twitch chat, calling me gay.
Yes, we're very gay. We're playing a gay animal game.
Yeah, it's time for gay dark fantasy furry men. I'm so excited. And women, I assume. All right. You found them one late winter, a beautiful pair of twins, orphaned. The boy was always destined to travel far, to walk a different path, but the girl was yours to keep. You were asked to name them both. Um, let's see. The girl's name was
Name one of them. I don't know. I don't know what's a goof. Name one of them Obamna.
the girl's name. This is Obamna. Named after, of course, my favorite princess from Final Fantasy IX. The boy's name was Quandale Dingle.
Yes.
What? No, that's no name for a child. Wow, what the fuck? This is
I've literally
bullshit.
never seen that before. Oh my God,
That's
that's funny.
insane. Was there? I'm trying to think. Is there like a filter? Is there like a filter, or is it just like too long? Here, his name will be Gort.
Okay.
Fuck it. Uh, you cared for Obama as your own from that day forward. Yes, gay animal game. I'm so hyped for gay animals. Gort was raised by a dear friend. The two of you were young, but it was always inevitable. You were both hair touched after all. Your kind is despised, and perhaps rightfully so. Yet you choose to live amongst men regardless. Who is in the wrong?
The world.
I
Fuck the
yeah,
world.
fuck the world, fuck the world. This is just like Disco Elysium. The curse is a heavy weight to carry as it is. You refuse to drag judgment alongside it. Better a pariah than a prisoner of your own making. Of course, the wolf with no pack stars. Outcast as you are not bereft of connection, but is blood thicker than water. Um, Flesh and blood or kindred strangers. Is this asking me of blood family or
I think
found
it's
family?
asking if you like prefer family or found family. Yeah.
Um, I mean, personally, I like my family, but dark fantasy settings I feel like often are about found family. And by dark fantasy,
Yeah.
I mean Berserk. I've been reading a lot of Berserk.
Yes. Kindred
Yes,
strangers.
yes, I'm with my folks. Only the rare stranger dares see you clearly. The rituals of familial ties reek of obligation. Your kin turn a blind eye to your true nature. They avoid knowing you on purpose. Only strangers acknowledge you for what you are, and it's only strangers who are fit to forgive you. As a younger man, you committed a terrible crime, though you were spared the noose. You will pay for it yet. How long do you deserve to suffer for what you've done? Until I've redeemed myself, I think is a good. You can fucking repent and not if actually learn. You could lie about that, but if you're redeemed, I feel like you gotta do something.
Yeah.
You have no right to define what punishment is fair. Well, why did you fucking ask me then? Oh wait, no, that was about how long the punishment would be. The suffering you've caused is unmanageable. You will pay for your penance with dignity. It is the least you can do. You keep out of trouble and out of sight these days. Benefit beneath dirt and stone, where the bones sleep and the sun dares not venture. Are you safe here?
I think you're safe.
You think I'm safe?
It's a dirt nap.
Yeah, okay. I will be safe. In another life, you would have chosen the dirt on purpose. Her depths are as beautiful as they are unknowable. Even more astounding, the fascination of yours manages to be the least strange thing about you. She swaddles your body as a mother would with her child. You have come to enjoy it almost. I love being embraced by the earth. Which body
Yes.
was yours again?
And now you get to choose your stat.
Oh,
I think it's not like Baldur's Gate where you start off with like a minimum. You kind of already start off with like a bit of a preset leaning towards like certain stats,
uh huh.
but you can buff you can buff shitty ones, but then that's all you're really gonna do. For the most
Six
part,
points
kind of just
remaining. Mhm.
I think it mostly just really works towards like a lot of them really mostly work towards dialogue because well, I mean this is a dialogue based game, so of course, but I don't know.
Yeah.
You can choose whatever.
Okay. Let's see. Okay. You think you recall the basic idea: 5 fingers to a hand, 5 toes to a foot. um, a, a strong man in the prime of your life, and utterly wretched at performing social norms. You are slow to improve on all social skills. Damn.
Autism.
Yeah, I
Autism
got the
freak.
fucking autism build. Fuck. Um, I'll give myself a little bit more empathy.
I feel like it's still -2 though.
It still does say -2. How much do you need to have to get?
I think you need to put all 6 points in to like get any
Fuck.
benefit from empathy.
You have to put like 3 in. Yeah, I'll just be a low empathy freak. That's fine. That's not true. There's people with low empathy that are alright. I am gonna be a deceitful little bastard though.
Yes.
Physical. I am very strong. Hair touch, your uncanny intuition and ability to perceive what others overlook, your closeness with death, and the reflexes which keep you from her grasp. That
I think it's kind of
sounds
like a sixth sense.
that sounds neat. I might honestly, I might. It's this. This is a
That looks
decent
fine.
spread. Gonna fuck every social interaction, but that's okay.
It's okay.
I recognize the body. Yes, that sounds familiar. Just one last thing. Do you feel human?
Oh,
No.
we're gonna pick the furry
Is
option.
this,
Yeah.
yeah, this is where you pick human or furry.
Yeah.
Shaped like a wolf, father to Albamna, repugnant bearer of the curse, a stranger among your kin, dragged by your guilt, down into the forgiving darkness of the earth. Is this you? That sounds badass. So I guess am I a hare or am I a wolf?
Oh, you're a wolf,
I'm a
but you're
wolf.
like hair touch. There'll be like
Is hair touched
there'll be
like an
like
undead?
there's like a glossary in the game that explains a bunch of stuff.
Okay. And I am the bearer of the curse. That was what they called you all the time in Dark Souls 2. Every time you talked to the level up lady, she was like, "Bearer of the curse, let me touch your darkness," or whatever the fuck she said. All
She's
right,
kind of
that's me.
freaky.
Yeah. Or was that the Dark Souls 3 lady that asked to touch your darkness? Someone did. So There in the distance, it's the white hair again. Again, you've met before. When one day you will find yourself here, alone, and you will die in earnest. Die in earnest. Is this death not earnest? But that day is not today. Today she spares you. I didn't mean it when I died. It came out as shallow.
Real.
Come, she beckons you to breathe again. Oh, hello. Wow, this is a hell of a backstory. I look so fine.
He
Look at
is fine as
look at
hell.
my big coat. You are Duke Quintrell Bar Duke Quintrell Barger, a cursed black mirror wielder, misanthrope, and an all-around painfully awkward man. When a mysterious affiliation known as the Brothers of the Bare Hand stirs political unrest, you are summoned from your lowly job of mine inspector to join the Prince convoy with the rest of your companions. You must travel the Tri-Kingdom of Vester, quelling unrest and managing the complexities of public and court life, all while navigating the pitfalls of being, well, you. You have not only been traveling with the convoy for a short while, when a letter arrives inviting you and long-time friend and convoy leader Prince Lucas to tea with Lucas's older brother Prince Oscar, and who are you to neglect summons from a Vestier's future ruler? All right.
Yes.
Okay. This is one. Okay, it's one quest in the middle of demo one. All right. How to play. There's a manual located in the menu. Consult it if you need clarification on the game system. New quest. A mission in the Grand. Okay. Codex. I assume that's the.
Yeah, I think it's the culture that tells you what hair touched is.
Okay.
There's a
Uh.
lot of shit to read on.
Yeah. There's no way we would be reading this the whole stream. um.
Um,
I mean, it's in
Maybe it's in people.
people.
Oh no, these are actual people. Never mind. We'll meet them when they come up.
Maybe they might explain it in the game, or I'll figure it out through context clues.
Yeah.
All right. The journey begins.
Yes. I'll voice this character.
Yeah,
I'll voice this
voice
character.
Lucas.
Lucas from Smash Bros.
Yes.
I didn't really prepare any voices for these characters, so I have to think about what I don't know. He kind of sounds just like a game. He's like, Lucas, I hope this letter finds you well, my little brother, convoy prince. One could hardly believe it. Ah, to travel to far-flung places and conduct such good and noble work. I couldn't be prouder. Also, I've a selfish secret. Diadem Castle hasn't been the same without you. Each day I pass in your absence makes my heartache grow ever stronger.
Hmm.
How I envy the noblemen you meet in your travels. They're the luckiest men in Vester. Why, they must cherish being witness to your hours and hours and hours of very important speeches. Why, what wouldn't I give to be held hostage to a classic Lucas dinner table dissertation once again? Next, you find yourself in Diadem. I insist you visit for an afternoon tea and friendly discussion of my conservatory. We have very much to catch up on. Your forever yearning and loving brother, Prince Oscar Endemer II. P.S. Do also bring your right hand.
What?
He thinks
Oh.
himself a com. Oh yeah, I think basically he's reading a letter from his brother.
Okay. Yeah. No. Keep going.
He thinks himself a comedian. I'm not easily moved to violence, but after reading, I am seriously considering it.
I was so confused by what he meant by "bring your right hand." I was like, "What the fuck does that mean?" And then I realized, like, oh, he's talking about me. Not. I thought that was like a weird. I thought that it was gonna get weird and incesty, like much dark fantasy do.
No, I think that's kind of later, but
Yeah. Lucas holds the letter between his thumb and his forefinger, like a soiled garment. You and your prince charge walk along the short garden path that connects Diadem Castle's keep to the conservatory. In spite of spring bird song, new new growth on the trees, and uh, portentous warmth on the breeze. The sort of things that Midlanders write poetry about. Lucas remains entirely severe and gloomy. The pair of you are alone. The rest of your convoy companions, having not been invited, were left to pass the time in one of the castle's sitting rooms.
This invitation stinks to High Elysium. He wants something of us, specifically of you. He wouldn't demand I bring my right hand otherwise. And I guess you'll voice Quincy.
Yes, I am Quincer. What can you want of me? You sound paranoid. I'm gonna. I've decided I'm going to bully Lucas.
Real.
Let's see. This would definitely be like a you sound paranoid.
Have you listened once in the past decade we've been friends? Do you not remember when I told you of the time he defaced the back of my overcoat with foul words, or the many times he bit me with such force I was bruised for days?
Also, could you like back away from the microphone just a little bit? It's getting like a lot of pops.
Oh, facts. I got you.
All good. I thought that was standard sibling fare.
This is different. Oscar is different. The whole letter is one grand insult, and inviting my dearest brother for tea could really mean only two things. Either he needs a favor or he wishes to torture me, and I'm genuinely not sure of those I'd prefer less.
He crumples the letter between his hand and tosses it into some nearby bushes. At the end of the path, the conservatory shines brilliantly in the sunlight. Approach the conservatory. Uh, the conservatory is a small building almost entirely of glass. Roses push up against every inch of the wall space, including the prodigious gardener inside. You weren't even aware the flower came in so many colors. The total length of the building can't surpass 5 meters, yet no less than 8 castle guards crowd around its tiny perimeter. This gives you no pause, but Lucas pays them no mind. He raps sharply on the glass door.
No answer.
One step in, and sweat immediately breaks out over your forehead. The conservatory's interior is so humid that you might be forgiven for assuming you'd been transported to the height of a southern summer. The roses in their various forms, bushes, trellises, and the like, overflow tables, walls, and floors. Only the center of the conservatory is swept bare. There stands a metal table and a trio of chairs with spindly gold legs. The places have been set uh, in that particular Midland way, no less than 3 forks and 3 spoons to a person. The serving plates are piled high with more biscuits and cakes than 3 men could reasonably eat, and delicately perched on one of the chairs behind the steam uh, rising from the teapot in the crown is the crown prince. He animates upon noticing the pair of you. The book he was a moment ago engrossed in snaps shut. I kind of want to do the voice for Oscar.
Yeah, he's a gay evil twink.
Brother dearest, I'm so glad you could attend. It's been quiet. I'd even venture peaceful in your absence.
He snatches the head away. Drop the act, Oscar. We're alone.
'Tis no act, I truly missed you.
I'm only here because Quintrell thought it inappropriate to ignore your invite.
I'm making him as like snooty as I can.
Real, as all royalty are.
Yeah, I mean Lucas is royalty too. And aren't I forget what my rank is again. Wasn't I like a
Oh, you're like
duke?
a duke. I mean, yeah, I think all these characters are generally royalty
Damn,
on some regard.
that bodes poorly considering. Where's the big furry daddies? I'm the big furry daddy
Oh, there
right
there will
now.
be a big furry daddy soon, and he is my
Okay,
favorite character.
sweet. Okay, so the big furry daddies are gonna come, but I mean my character's like pretty burly. All right. Uh, Oscar now regards you, and for the first time, you are able to regard him in turn. He is short, even more so than his brother. This means little in your estimation. After all, a weasel, despite its diminutiveness, is more fearsome a predator than a beast 3 times its size. what most uh what most that catches your interest, okay, is the cleanliness of his linens. You cannot, yeah, how can a garment be so white, very archetypically and Demurian, small yet ornate and long-limbed? He reminds you of the looping filigrees which decorate every corner of Diadem Castle, a natural extension of the environment. At home among the conservatory's heat, the cloying smell of the roses and silk cushions. Now you have been staring too long. You should say something. Duke Barger, I am so pleased you could accompany my brother, or as he alleges, at least convince him to endure my presence for a short while. I'm gonna blur out the first thing that comes to my mind.
Real.
You're much smaller than I imagined. I'm not as vertically gifted as you, Duke Barger. Don't apologize. You are. He turns slowly on the spot to look at Lucas, exhaling softly through his nose.
It's about the level of politeness you deserve. Let's just sit and get this over with.
Oh no, no offense taken. It's quite funny. We all have assumptions about how men of power must look, do we not? Reality is often disappointing. Though I'd say you look much how I imagine Duke Barger. Thank you. Take your seat at the table. Listen, if they told me my character is socially inept, and I'm gonna play it that way.
Yas.
You don't like tea. Why anyone would think to make uh astringent water with particulate matter is beyond you. Even more ghastly are the lumps of pure white sugar and both white of pure white sugar both princes heap into their cups. The cake is worse. It's like eating sweet room temperature snow, utterly devoid of substance. The sugared cream frosting forms a greasy film on your tongue. At least the tea provides some relief by washing the said film away. You decide not to touch any more of the Midlander food. Damn, Oscar throws shit parties. How have you?
No, I think.
What's that?
I was just gonna say no. I just think that fucking he's just on his Russian bullshit, and he's just from the north.
Yeah. Uh, how have you found your time in the convoy thus far, Quintrell? That's different than the standard "How's the weather been? You like weather." A suitable answer eludes you within a timely manner, so instead all you say is uh
I'm still trying to discern what you want, Oscar. I'm starting to suspect it's just to chastise me for all the ways you think I've made a insult of the convoy.
I don't even know what that word means. Is that bad?
Oh, a mult of the convoy. I don't know actually. That's probably an old timey word.
Yeah. Uh such a venomous interpretation. 'Twas only a question.
I love such a venomous interpretation. Sure.
uh he sighs and takes a long contemplative sip of his tea. To be candid, I asked you here because I am horrendously, intractably bored, and you, Lucas, are the only company I've permitted to entertain. You and your right hand, that is. So please, allow me this single shred of entertainment. I want to hear it all about the other members of the convoy, about your duties, about the goings on in the outside world. Indulge me, I beg of you. His
He
his oh, sorry,
Oh, what were you gonna say?
I forgot you were Lucas.
Oh no, it's okay. His eyes roll skyward.
If not Lucas, then won't you, Quintrell? I forget what symbol that is for.
I think that's maybe like actually I don't really know what the symbol's for, but you should do it anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna click it. Why are you so bored, Oscar? Ugh. I beg your pardon. How does one get bored in Diadem? Oscar leans his cheek against a hand and toys with one of the tiny dessert forks. Oh, there's no lack of things to do in the city proper. He smiles. He smiles wanly. Were I allowed outside the castle walls, I wouldn't be in here complaining.
Here we go, the reason why he asked us here.
As you already know, there was an attempt on my life some weeks back. He's got like a bandage over his right ear. Father's father says they can't take any chances regarding my safety. Not only am I barred from leaving the castle, I can't even visit the commode without guards posted outside the room. I've even been forbidden from tending to my own clinic. They bring in a different white practitioner once a week.
Please, so you're not the only white practitioner in Diadem. Is that a problem?
It is. The line at the door gets long each day. People are suffering, waiting longer for treatment. I see it all from the window of my room. These transient practitioners can't know the people like I do. I'm the future High King of architect's sake. For architect's sake, they can't treat me as some sort of kept pet. And more selfishly, I miss my freedom. Even letter pigeons are let out to feel the wind in their feathers. Through the glass of the conservatory, a flock of domesticated birds bounce along on the sea breeze. Your 12 perception prevails. Oscar gazes at them and heaves a sigh. You catch his eye flicking back in your direction, but for but a brief moment.
If this gets any more gawkish, I might vomit.
Let's see. Someone just tried to kill you.
Yeah.
Let's do that one. Someone attempted to kill you hardly 2 weeks ago, no less. That that that's forever ago in the eyes of society and the court. The papers have long moved on to the newest scandal du jour. My father will keep me cooped as long as he can. I cannot languish for the rest of my life here. He takes a while to continue, hands fidgeting. To be frank, I've grown rather desperate, but if I had assistance, if someone could find me a reliable way out from the castle, I'd owe them a great debt. Lucas, in the midst of cramming more cakes into his mouth than his shallow cheeks can fit, struggles to swallow. Why, I'd owe him my freedom.
What an evil gay bastard.
I don't know, this isn't that evil so far, he's just bored.
And so we arrive at the moment of truth. I knew you wanted something. I just wasn't expecting you to involve purposeful endangerment. The answer is no, Oscar. I will not entertain your inane ideas. When some madman sticks you with his perk knife or pen knife in a tail quarter back alley, it won't be my pity which let it happen.
But I'm not asking you, brother. I'm asking Quintrell.
He won't do it either.
I think he's more than capable of making that decision for himself. You must think so too, since you chose him as your chief decision maker, your right hand. So it turns out if he chooses to help me, then you'd be beholden to helping me too. Well, would you not? He taps his chin with one finger. Oh, this fruitcake.
I love him.
Uh,
That's a lot of cake you're eating, Lucas.
I'll say that and then I'll agree to help.
Yes.
Lucas, that's quite a bit of cake. Lucas's plate, which was only a moment ago stacked high, is again empty. Some frosting sticks to his cheeks.
I've endured weeks of unending salt pork and hardtack. That is nothing to say of the pemmican. He looks momentarily nauseated. Judge me not for enjoying real food while I can.
Uh, Pemmican is very nutritionally dense. It's a hearty, practical travel food. How can food get more real? The cake is insubstantial by comparison.
Right. I forgot you don't understand these sorts of things, considering what passes as good food in the North.
Damn. Fuck you, Lucas, asshole.
Racism.
uh, Strangely, Oscar comes to your defense. I think Quintrell's observations are fair. Tea isn't considered a mealtime food for good reason. I can put away about as much cake as you, Lucas, and I'm hungry within the hour. Perhaps cake truly isn't real food.
We can't argue what does and doesn't constitute real food without clearly defining its parameters. Sustenance is hardly a dish's sole virtue. Why else would we possess the ability of to taste if enjoyment weren't a naturally valued factor, or enjoy colorful fruit if beauty not one too? Why not just eat lard by the handful?
I'll do that. I see your point. I too an appreciator of beauty, but one culinary debate later.
For when Saint Alistair hunted unicorns, he did not partake in its raw flesh as is most nutritious. He crafted lavish dishes that please both stomach and eye, honoring the beast's beauty and sacrifice. He is on his feet, pacing as he explains his point. You might consider cake in the same vein. We grow grain and raise goats not only for raw nutrition in form of bread and milk, but to create edible art in the form of cake and cheese. The pleasure to be experienced holds just as much as importance. I wouldn't really consider cheese like artistically pleasing, but like I guess.
Like fancy cheeses that the royalty eats. Uh, I regret bringing up the cake now. I didn't know this would become a long debate. Your chin rests on your hand, which is long fallen asleep. Uh, his serene smile hasn't shifted in how long has it been? You're afraid to ask. But Saint Alistair was a hedonist, which you detest. Enjoying food for its beauty is as hedonistic a quality as one could display, no? It's like hearing double.
No, hedonism is in regards to excess. It'd be unfair to call a commoner sprinkling her bread with honey from bees she raised and enjoying the golden glow hedonistic, whereas a lord demanding liters of the same precious thing from his charges just to illuminate in his status would be.
Uh, but what of, uh, please. No, Quintrell's just like, shut the fuck up, please. I'm dying.
Quintrell's like the plot, please.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Uh, hmm? A pleading note has entered your. Oh, hello. Who is this? A pleading note has entered your voice. We are talking about Oscar's desire to escape.
But I was just getting to a very good point.
Oh dear, we got carried away, didn't we? Let us take mercy on your poor right hand, Lucas. Okay, I'm just gonna agree to help. I didn't know that they turn into debate bros. I did.
Yeah, they're.
This is the worst. Just agree to help. Fuck. Uh. Okay, Oscar bounces his foot. His knee thumps rhythmically against the table's edge. It's like when Obama turns circles in her pen, restless with unspent energy.
Edge?
Edge?
Oscar's edging? Oh my god. He's a Sigma? He's trying to edge for to Riz a level 10 guy
Oh,
in Castle Diadem.
god damn it. I can't say the word edge around you anymore. What do you do when they beg you to download Microsoft Edge? Microsoft's doing what?
Microsoft's becoming Sigma?
Oh god. Alright, well let's continue. Alright. Oh, Quintrell. Oscar leans across the table and squeezes your hand in both of his, eyes all but sparkling. Er, this is just everything to me. Thank you.
For architect's sake, Quintrell.
Don't be cross with him, Lucas. I promise my exertions. will bring you no trouble. It is difficult for Lucas to imagine, but I don't engage with in mischief for mischief's sake. You nod awkwardly, wishing he'd release your hands. When he does finally let go, your fingers are left tingling. Unhand me, you fruitcake. Uh, all I ask is that you find me a way outside of this castle. It can be an exit within the keep or somewhere in the garden. So long as it leads outside the castle walls, that's all I need. More exits would be better than less, if you can imagine such a thing. Quest updated in a mansion grand.
I like the way Quantrell
Yeah,
tips his hat. Like he looks so suave.
yeah. Even though he's like, "Oh, fucking get your fucking hands off me, you little freak." Let's see. Do you have any suggestions on where to start? Have you any suggestions on where we might look? Perhaps I'm no master escapist,
Ugh.
but if I had to guess, Guard Dorwin is a fabulous conservationalist. On occasion, he would look the other way when I wanted to pay a trip to the markets, but since he changed schedule, I've hardly seen the fellow. Noted. Guard Dorwin's leniency. Uh, and when we were younger, Lucas and I would nip out to the front garden through that one grate in the Hall of Kings. Okay. And lastly, there's a window in the sitting room adjacent from High Sibyl's quarters that would allow one out to the roof to look at the stars. But I can't be seen poking around these places. I see. Some of your companions are familiar with the inner workings of the castle. They might be of help. And don't forget that Lucas knows where everything is, much as he wishes he didn't. Your past job was to probe for weaknesses within mines, yes? Perhaps you could treat it like that, examining the castle for weak points. To engage the task of poking at every out-of-place support has never left you bored. Those were happier times before the convoy and the brothers of the bare hand began complicating your life. Navigating court politics just doesn't provide the same pleasures. Perhaps this will be fun. The inspection even comes with unpleasantly experiencing all the ways in which you could get crushed, maimed, and bruised. Hopefully this it is your death sense is ever the burden. Under,
Damn.
understood. Damn, I didn't know this was going to be so treacherous. Understood. I'll see what I can do. Your long deserted tea now cold. You get to your feet. Lucas works to pouch yet another slice of repugnant, spongy, quote unquote, cake uh, into his mouth before doing the same. You can sense your friend's wariness about the arrangement, but it's difficult to share his apprehension when an interesting puzzle lies ahead of you. I eagerly await your findings, Duke Burger. Barger, not Burger.
Duke
It
Burger.
looks so much like Burger. Also, hello, Callie. So glad that you've joined us for funny dark fantasy doggy adventure.
Yes.
Uh, Also, if you click on the Twitch link, you could also see the chat.
Oh, nice. I'll do that. I don't know what people are saying.
uh, okay, we've got Diadem and the convoys camp. I mean, I assume. Oh, hello. Um, the convoys map or camp.
I think filters Terry.
Oh, hi Terry. You have made camp in the fields of uh, Endemure. Lush green hills surround you on all sides. Apprehension lingers in the air.
Speak.
Speak, speak with Obama.
No, speak with D'Angelo. He's hot as hell. He's bad.
D'Angelo. Oh, is this the big furry daddy?
Yes, speak with him. I need him.
All right. Um, I wish I didn't give the deep voice to Quincy now. Unless you want to be the voice of
No,
D'Angelo.
give him a deeper voice. I believe in
Okay,
you.
I'll try. Uh, D'Angelo is in the midst of conversation with a gaggle of convoy guards. They laugh raucously enough to be heard on the other side of camp. When you approach, he excuses himself with a smile on his face, sauntering over with his hands in his breech pockets.
You should
Quinn.
give him a New Yorker accent.
Okay, I'll try with the next part. I could just fuck off immediately. Uh,
No.
how was your time in Epona? I never got the chance to ask. How was your time in Epona? Yeah, I try to I'm trying to think like do a deep voice, but also like a Boston accent. Yeah, I guess I didn't. Lots has been going on. Hardly time to wipe your own asses, you know? I
I
think
love him.
I don't know if I'm doing a great job.
That's
You know what?
okay.
I'm trying, and that's what counts. He chuckles,
Yes.
but it's a weak one that trails off into nothing. He glances over his shoulder at the guards and shuffles a ways away from the fire before sitting down in the grass. Just want to make sure this is a brother to brother conversation. Come on, have a seat. He pats the ground beside him. You oblige. Epona went as wars usually do, you know. Isn't fun for anything. There's no way to say tisn't in a fucking New York accent. But there's a lot of camar camaraderie to be oh, is that supposed to be like camaraderie? Anyways, to be found out there in the field, just as you, then men you rely on to save your skin in an emergency. It taught me a lot about leadership. Would you believe I wasn't a serious person before? I've fully given up on the accent.
I love how he sticks out his tongue. He's such a slut.
Yeah, the little wink
Yeah, he's such a man whore. I love
is
him.
a very literal definition of raw dogging.
I would.
Uh, always keep your men satisfied. Yeah, the little things are the big things. Take a man's candied fruit rations away. Who knows what he has to live for? But don't get caught up in troop politics. As a leader, you've got to be above whatever dumb shit they whisper in their tents about you. And one more thing. Take out some papers and start making notes. Are you using this
Yes.
as an opportunity to lecture me? I'm gonna go with the rude option.
No, don't be mean to him.
I listen. They told me this character is socially inept, and look, my empathy succeeded, even though it's shit.
Oh wow.
Are you really taking this as an opportunity to lecture me? What? No, I just sharing a bit of wisdom picked up is all. It might come in handy. He rubs the back of his neck and stares out at the fire at his guardsmen huddled around it. He tilts his head back and forth and mumbles unintelligibly to himself, trying to make up his mind about something. Then he shrugs. Uh, I guess it was pretty much exactly how they said in the papers. Things went to shit. Then I got those Apunin nobles out of there, and things were slightly less shit. And now I've got a fancy new rank. Women falling at my feet, and men, and trouble sleeping in a feather bed instead of on the ground. Why don't we go back to the fire or something? I think V is roasting that buck she brought down earlier. Wouldn't want to miss getting one of the good pieces. He seems done with this conversation. Okay.
No, come back.
Damn. It'd be over. Uh,
I don't really care. I just wanted you to speak to him first. You can choose whoever.
does this mean
I guess it
Obama
must
wishes
mean
to
that
answer
you're
mail with you?
real.
Okay. Sure. Does Obama talk? For the safety
No.
of the horses, Obama and Gort are tied to a post a ways away from camp. Sensing you have letter writing to do, Obama twitches her ears and prances in place. That's the noise that I assume that Obama made.
I love that.
Uh, this says hunch. I'm kind of worried that this. I'm gonna return to camp because I'm worried that this. Do you know if this would like move the story forward before I
No, it
get to?
doesn't.
It doesn't. Oh,
I've
okay,
done this.
do some letter writing. Let's read our mail. Suppressing her eager wriggles, Obama lowers herself to the ground. As customary, you take seat in the crook of her body, ready for your quill and review your stack of envelopes. From Duchess Keshet.
I'll read this
Uh,
one.
Starine, were you satisfied with the furry daddy, by the way? Alright, you recognize the sender of this envelope before your eyes so much as glance at the return address. Embossed, enveloped, uh, embossed envelopes such as these are reserved for business of utmost importance to the Southern Throne, but you have no business with Archduke Cachet, and never have. The letter is surely the same as all the others before it, a flagrant misuse of her family's crest committed by Duchess Cachet. You make quick work of the seal, decapitating the rock depicted upon it in the process.
I don't know what to do because I think technically she's a child. I'm trying to do like a high pitched voice, but I don't know how long I can keep it for this letter.
Uh,
My my dearest Duke Quintrell, it grieves me deeply that the laws of this land have prevented me from serving alongside my fellow heirs in the prince's convoy. Alas, a girl of 13 is simply too young for such work, and so all that is to be done is to stew in my own envy. The walls of Verma contain me, for now. Tick tock. It is my understanding that the substitute which His Highness has chosen in my stead is a fat-headed Nick Ninny picked from Octania's sewers. Do not let His Highness know that I commend his creativity. Such an insult to my family and my, or do let His Highness know that uh, while I commend his creativity, such an insult to my family and my people warrants swift and disproportionate revenge. I would write him myself, but it seems he has gotten into the habit of burning my letters without reading them. Do keep me up to date on your travels, will you? And don't you dare spare me the horrid details. I crave to hear the worst of what beautiful Vester has to offer. Your eternal devotee, Rhea.
Damn, everyone trying to get out of their castles. Uh,
Discard the letter. Do you? I wouldn't want to fucking write to an annoying 13-year-old either.
yeah, no, should or am I gonna discard it? I mean, this is one quest, so I feel like it's not gonna matter.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if when the full game comes out, if the save will transfer.
I don't need to get. No, I don't. I'm sorry, I don't answer fan mail. Swift and disproportionate revenge. Lucas is in for a miserable future. Discard this letter. Begone, child. That also means that you probably don't have to read anymore in that voice. You crumple the ornate stationery in your hands. You've got so much going on as it is. You would rather not mind the Archduke's daughter atop your other responsibilities. Is never mind. Is that like I decide to write her anyways? I assume that's what that means.
Yeah.
Return to camp. I don't want to talk to. I'll talk to Lucas later. Um, ooh, Vicky looks hot and mean.
I'll do Vicky's. I'll do the girl voices because I think there's less girls in this game.
Yes. Vicky reclines at the edge of the campfire, her muddy boots occupying a seat surely meant for another. Noticing your approach, she swings her feet to the ground and makes room for you. Though to your dismay, the mud stays behind you. You opt to stand instead.
I forgot the voice I did with Terry, but he said it Loki sound like Courtney from Dead, and I'm trying to figure it out. I'm trying to figure out like what exactly I did. I made her sound like a smoker. She's like, "Hey, righty, need something?"
I think that's good. I like that.
Thank you.
No. Return to camp. No, I'm not gonna do it.
No.
Uh, Actually, I've been meaning to ask, who are you exactly?
She offers a half-hearted shrug. Rank and occupation just about sums it up. Soldier in the king's army, guard in the prince's convoy.
I love her. She sounds like such a little gremlin.
Yes.
You know perfectly well there's nothing typical about your role in the convoy. A common guard, and a woman, for that matter, does that not simply happen upon this uh, unofficial position?
Wow, you
Damn, a little
sexist.
sexist, yeah, damn.
That's wild. Funny you say that, because from how I see it, that's exactly what happened. I'm a nobody from nowhere, same as all the other ungloved nobodies in arms. Only difference between me and them is that I got guts out the ass and I don't know when to shut the hell up. Any one of them can earn a duke's favor if they mouthed off more.
Look at her maw.
Yeah, she's crazy. She had the communist teeth.
But yeah, she got the communist teeth. The communist teeth about to make me act up. Let's see. I can think of at least one more difference in that. Am I gonna play this game as a bigot?
I guess you are.
Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, listen, I committed to picking all of the socially worst options I could.
Yes.
I can think of at least one more difference in that. I can think of at least one more difference in that.
She makes a loop with her thumb and forefinger, preparing for another of her lewd gestures. Oh, you mean how I gotta?
Yeah, that you're a woman, yes. Fucking Quincy's like, you slept to the top, you DEI hire.
Oh my gosh. Well, yeah, but hardly. I wouldn't say my feminine wiles have gotten me much an edge here. You see any gentlemen throwing their coats over mud puddles for me? No,
Oh, she's having sex with D'Angelo. Damn,
no, that's my job. My
that's why
job.
I'm being so rude to her. It's because that should have been me.
That should have been me.
Yeah, I'm gonna yeah. I was under the impression that you were intimate with D'Angelo. Is that not an advantageous to your position?
Kid, you wouldn't believe who's been intimate with Angie. He can't play favorites with all of us. What a
Whoa.
whore. I love a good man whore.
Manipulate man whore manslaughter.
That man's got no problem fighting a good shag. If that's all he wanted, he could find it in an inn anywhere on earth. Me, I'm trouble. You don't put up with trouble for a quick whap. Whap? I
Quick
guess that must mean sex, I guess, and not wet ass pussy. You put up with trouble because your trouble saves your skin when the gunfire starts.
Oh boy, I'm gonna be
No, no, no. He's in love with me. He's not in love with her.
I'm fuck with the relationship.
Yes, for me.
There's another explanation, one so obvious it makes you nauseous to think you, of all men, are the first to acknowledge it. Mankind is famous for their dedication to their mates, and D'Angelo is no exception. You've seen him exhibit such behavior firsthand before. His entire adolescence was spent currying favor with womankind. Damn, I thought that line was implying that he was boning all the everyone at the camp.
No, he does. He does have sex with men.
Oh,
I
does he?
think, yeah. I've seen it in like one of like the artist posts that he's like bi, I think.
Okay. His mannerisms around Vicky were so different than at first you did not recognize it as more of the same. The words bubble through your teeth like so much unrest from from your stomach. Architect, he's in love with you. Vicky's expression sours. Then she laughs. Then she mocks you.
Or he's in love with you. Get a grip. We're war buddies. You wouldn't get it.
War buddies fucking get fucky with each other all the time. Press the
Real.
subject. She should be aware of his feelings. I'm not dropping this.
You're getting messy.
Failure. You rolled one empathy. Fucking Christ. No, Victoria, you are the one that doesn't understand my brother. Oh, I thought I was
You're
calling her my brother. I was like my brother. No, you're
no.
cutting me off. All right.
Okay. Uh, your brother's been away from home for a long time, right hand. You know who's been with him that whole time? Me. I'd say I got a pretty good picture of things. I've seen how he acts with his friends, and I've seen how he acts with actual women. I am his friend. Maybe this comes as a shock, because you don't get any, but friends, well, they ain't always proper with each other. And Angie knows the score. He's gonna be Archduke someday. Man's too smart to get caught up with rabble like me. Not like that. She taps her skull with her forefinger. So, don't waste your time worrying about about that shit that isn't happening and never will.
It appears she remains unconvinced. Yeah, no, I really fucked that one.
Damn.
Return to camp. That's like that was a perfect voice for her. Uh,
Thank you. I'm
damn,
glad.
Vicky is now unavailable. Who do you want to talk to next? Okay, actually, wait, can I? It says Vicky is unavailable. Can I speak with D'Angelo again after that?
I sure hope so. I actually don't know.
Let me see. Since I fucked it so bad, no, I can't. She just
Damn.
is unavailable because she's very mad
She
at me,
doesn't want to
probably.
deal with your autistic ass any longer.
Yeah. God. Let's speak with Amani. Uh,
I'll be Amani, although I don't think I have as good of a voice for her.
there's a lot of women at this camp, actually.
I guess it's only really the two.
No, no, isn't there another one?
No, it's just Amani and Vicky. Kaitos is a boy.
Oh, okay. Uh, oh, Imani is cleaning her, uh, durger. The gun is, I don't know what the fuck that is. The gun, disassembled in several parts across her lap. She doesn't bother to look up as you approach.
Quintrell.
Who is Lazarus exactly? What did a Lazarus ever
Oh
come
yeah,
up?
I think you might need to bring up the codex, but I mean I can fill you in because I think I read it. Basically Lazarus is the leader of the Brothers of the Bare Hand, which is like the terrorist group that they were talking about earlier.
Oh,
And like
okay.
oh okay, I think that the from what I've read, the game doesn't actually explain it because I think you're like in the middle, like you're not in the very beginning chapter, but essentially Amani sort of worked with the Brothers of the Bare Hand. And I'm still a little confused about that aspect, but I mean, you're kind of dropped in the middle of the game, so
Uh,
I think like some questions are meant to make you wonder and ponder. But yeah,
I see. Oh, hi Cody. Very good to see you. Happy to see you drop by. Damn, this stream's actually is the more viewers than I've had in a long time. This stream's popping off.
yes.
Uh, let's see. Who is Lazarus exactly? I want you to explain to me, I guess, now, even though you already did. There's something I've been wondering, Imani.
Her polishing slows, then stops. She finally sets her gun aside to look up at you.
Do you know Lazarus's true identity? You speak barely above a whisper.
You are the fifth person to ask me that question this week, and you've heard my answer to that question just as many times.
The identity of Lazarus has no bearing on my work or convoy business. Yes, but I want the real answer.
She's real. She's not willing to give up her fucking she's not willing to rat out. She's real for that.
Yeah,
Why? It really truly does have no bearing on my work, nor does it on convoy business.
terrorists for life. How couldn't you want to know? You exhale through your nose, it's a rare feeling. This mosquito prick of irritation that the answer is so obvious that it becomes unexplainable. There's a reason 5 people asked this week, and 7 the next, and no doubt hundreds more will over the coming months. It's the question on everyone's mind. Architect, that is how everyone feels when interacting with the. Is that how everyone feels when interacting with you?
Well,
Disparal Wolf trait
I think that's
opportunity.
because you're like
Just
the same race. I don't know what a dispersal wolf is.
okay, I guess. Like I do usually want to go for like the ones that do with have to do with like traits about my character.
Yes.
Is there like can you like get a different character if you answer the questions differently?
Wait, what do you mean?
Like would I have gotten like a different character other than Quincy as like my character?
Oh no, Quincy's the main character.
Oh, okay. That's just like his traits, but he's always this guy.
Yeah, you don't really get to make your character. I
Okay,
think he's still a fun pro tag though.
yeah, because we're friends. I'm gonna appeal to. We are friends. We have been friends since we were young.
Yes, but that's not a satisfactory reason as to why you need to know Lazarus's identity.
Uh, one sec.
Oh, is my audio off?
No, no, no. Actually, no. I'll do this after. I'm gonna put on like some soft music in the background. Like I'm gonna put like ambient, like berserk music in the background so that there's just something.
Oh
Uh,
yeah, me and Terry put on like Legend of Zelda like chill music.
okay. Common social
But
convention says friends don't keep secrets. What were you saying?
ah. Oh, I was just saying me and Terry just put on Legend of Zelda music when we played. I think we actually put on like Final Fantasy music. I forgot which one it was. We just put on some fantasy video game chill soundtrack. Um, ah, her laugh is a gruff bark. She expels it like her body wasn't built for the vocalization. Followers of social convention, are we? A pair of ravens painting themselves white to fit in with the doves. Though I don't recall either of us ever so much as touching the brush.
Uh,
Also, I like her locks. Her locks are pretty. I like when they artists do like multiple colored hair locks because some of
it's
them are
nice.
like black and then some of them are like light blue. It looks really pretty.
We put in a little bit of Hilux. I want to see how this. Uh, Let me see. I'm just going through like a few like different ambient things. Uh, that fit the setting. I think this is good.
Oh yeah, we did put on a bit of Hilux, but then it got like too high octane.
Yeah, I just found like this like ambient like berserk music, even though it's just kind of ambient anything. I don't know what's super berserk about this. Uh
I think you're on no.
oh, no.
It is interesting that you are accusing me of harboring secrets, Quintrell.
She grows still, and the eye contact made is deliberate. You've only seconds to wonder at the implications before she continues.
But I've entertained your questions enough. Here's my answer. You asking in the first place lets me understand, tells me you understand nothing about Lazarus. Lazarus is a true son of Amalu. He exists in all of us who have the tundra wind in our blood. He is pure northern mischief. Do you understand?
This sounds very culty. No.
Yes, then.
You mean that Lazarus is a god, an idea, or a nomad? An idea's kind of cool. A god. I could ask about the god thing, because that would confirm whether or not this is a cult.
I mean, I think Amala is like their god, so I mean that makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. Please tell me you don't believe Lazarus to be one of the old gods.
Ah, good architect, no. Use your brain. All animals have one for a reason. You'll realize it in time. Damn, what a
Damn.
fucking roast. Holy shit.
Uh, she resumes polishing her Duruger.
I think Could You Tell Me a Story just has like a lore dump.
Is it? Would it be like a
Yeah.
really long one that
Yeah,
isn't
because
gonna matter?
um I I don't really think it matters for the plot or like her character. I think it more just explains more about like North culture.
Is it interesting?
I forgot if that means anything to you when I read it. I'd
Um,
have to reread it. If you can do it if you want to. I'm just letting you know it doesn't progress the story or anything.
okay. We'll do it. I like me some good world building. Can you recite one of the old ways stories? They. Oh, that's you.
They are meant to be shared. Which one?
Okay. Here, how about this? How about we just, uh, let's pick the one that sounds more interesting.
I think I
This kind of
I
sounds
want to know
interesting.
whether if you have any more stories. Wait, hold on. Let's see if she has like a secret third option.
Yeah, even though she hasn't told me one. Okay, she does not. Uh, do you have any more stories?
Not currently. We don't exactly run into nomads every day, and when I do find a written record, they're often damaged and take a long time to decipher. If you do come across any apocryphal texts, bring them to me.
God,
Okay.
it's really. I like that. Like, I was like, "Can you tell me a story?" And then she was like, "Sure." And I was like, "Can you tell me more stories?" Immediately. Let's see. I wish to hear how man stole Mir.
Oh, also, Muir in this world is basically magic.
Ah, I see. I wish to hear about how man stole Mir from the old gods.
A classic, and no doubt my favorite. Very well. At the start of time, the earth was green and virgin to the touch of winter. Men and hair lived amongst one another.
She brings her full gravitas to the performance, her voice projecting across the camp. It's loud enough that several heads swivel in your direction, and don't return to what they're doing. It seems there will be a wider audience for this one. Okay, I can do the voice for Kaitos. He seems like kind of a sad little guy. Some kind of northern story. It is Kaitos who is brave enough to venture into the vicinity and plop himself on the ground.
Yes, it's one of the old ways stories. You are welcome to listen.
Sure, Kay. He makes himself comfortable, leaning back to prop himself up on his elbows.
At the time, no man was hair touched, and no man was not. Our two kinds were brother and sister by Amala, the goddess of trickery and the tenacity of life, for she had birthed humans from her body and suckled hairs from her breast. They lived within the same clans, ate by the same fire, drank the same water, and enjoyed the same tundra breeze. But pleasure is never an absence of danger. Even then, pain, death, and hunger were their constant enemies. You see, the fire that warmed them, the water they drank, the breeze they felt, the grass underfoot, those were not gifts given by the gods, but scavenged pleasures. Oh, scroll down.
Oh, okay.
The god brothers of Muir who ruled fire, water, air, and nature and cared no more about man or hair than they did any other beast. They sought only to cultivate their chosen art. We were of no more or less consequence to the gods than a mere a humble mouse or fish. Are you all right so far, Viscount?
Yeah. Keep going.
That was until the first winter. Winter was the work of Senrun, the god brother of Bloomer. This newest creation was amongst his greatest, rivaled only by the vast seas which encircle all lands. Senrun's pride in his newest creation was so great that he decided that every year he would grace the world with his snow and ice for 6 months.
Silver.
Silver indeed. Senrin's first winter was one of the bittersweet ever weather. Well, it was one of the bitterest. It was one of the bitterest ever weathered. Half the world slept, men, gods, and animals alike. But of all, it was the northernmost clan which suffered most. Their land grew coldest, and soon they found their game sparse and their forage buried deep under Senrin's snow. No one had ever endured a winter before. None knew how long it might last or if it would ever end at all. To this clan at the beginning of time, it looked to be the end of the world. Cold and hungry, they prayed to Amala for protection. Their prayers went unanswered, but mankind persists as it always does, because for every 10 men who has given up hope,
There is at least one like Zaher. Oh, he is fully engaged.
I love that he is fully engaged.
Y'all, he's such a cute little guy. I love
He
Kaitos.
is. Zahir was a child of Amala, cunning, resourceful, and full of mischief. Why are all these like trickster gods? Where's like the tax god, the
Yeah.
responsible one? He had
Uh.
all the makings of a clan leader must have. He shouldered his responsibility. One day he was hunting the tundra when his hare, Ilu, or is that Hilu? I think it's Ilu.
Mm.
When he came across Sinrun and his brothers. Thinking quickly, he and Ilu buried themselves in snow so that they might eavesdrop. The two endured the bitter cold and the hopes of learning something that could save their clan from the horrors of this winter. That is how he had learned that the God Brothers had planned a great feast to celebrate Senrin's art, and Zahir and Ilu reasoned. The only way to stop winter was to sabotage the very feast meant to honor it.
Uh, I mean, trickster gods are like such a common archetype. I feel like in Greece you had like a lot of trickster gods, but then you'd have like Athena, who was like the goddess of wisdom, and she was like the chill, like not super crazy one. Also, this is very reminiscent of like the stealing of fire, which is also it's the theft of fire from the gods and given to humans is like one of those myths that appears in like not every culture, but like so many. It's just like one of
Yeah,
those ideas that's just like very universal. My favorite is the Aztec one, which I could tell you about that later.
no facts. Um, they knew this sabotage would come at a terrible cost, for any mortal who defies a gathering of gods invites a curse upon himself. But Zahair's mother was ill, and Ilu's kids had already succumbed to the cold. Both were ready to trade their lives for the safety of the clan. Zahair poured out their wine and replaced it with Ilu's milk. The strength of Ilu's will fermented her milk straight from their teeth.
I fucking love this picture of Kaitos.
I love the dogs with like really skinny snouts. They're so
Yeah,
cute.
very Borzoi, very Borzoi pilled. Wow.
If you don't know, Viscount, hair wine is more potent than regular fruited wine. When the God brothers sat down for their banquet, they became hopelessly intoxicated. So intoxicated, in fact, that when they realized the Hare and Ulu were present, they were hardly aware anything was amiss. They invited the pair to dine beside them and promptly lost consciousness. This was the opportunity Zahir and Ilu had been waiting for. In their drunken stupor, Zahir stole each god brother what each god brother valued most, their mirror. When the pair returned to the clan bearing those gifts, they were celebrated as heroes. Zahir and his fellow men used their newfound power to reshape winter into something survivable. Red Mirror warmed their camps, Green Mirror grew new food, Blue Mirror kept the snow at bay. Life wasn't simply returning to normal, it was better than it had ever been. Of course, it wouldn't last, for the God Brothers would soon wake for their drunken slumber. They stormed across the land in search of Zahir and Ilu, but their memories of the banquet were a haze, and none would recall what the pair looked like. They were concluded that whatever man they saw wielding their mirror must be Zahir. When they saw every man and woman in Zahir's clan conducting mirror, they were furious. So there were countless thieves. They had expected only two. The God Brothers demanded then that the northernmost clan return their mirror, but the humans, ensured that they had finally gained the upper hand, refused. The gods demanded a second time. The humans refused again. For all of their threats, the God Brothers could do nothing without their mirror. Realizing their powerlessness, the gods brothers retreated. But as the Hare, Ilu, and their clan celebrate victory, the god brothers busied themselves with thoughts of revenge.
Oh, okay. So when they were talking earlier about like practitioners of white, does that like white mirror that is like healing magic?
Yeah, I think there's five types. I think I don't know. I think there's six types. I think that there is yellow, which is electricity. White is light. Red is fire. Blue is water. Green is grass, and then black is death.
I see. There's no blood mages in this dark fantasy.
No, sorry.
That's okay. You don't need blood mages.
The brothers petitioned the other old gods to aid in their revenge against the humans, but their pleas were met with jeering and ridicule. How humiliating! A god tricked by man is no god at all. These were but only one amongst there was but only amongst one amongst the old gods who did not join their reverous mockery of the foolish god brothers. Yageki, the spite mother, bringer of curses.
Holy shit, that's hard as fuck. Doesn't sound very nice.
No, for
Yageki helps no one and hurts whomever she can.
And so the God Brothers begged Yageki to punish the humans. She agreed as always. Oh, yeah, she agreed as she always does. She set to work weaving a curse befitting the crime. Man cannot have stolen Muir without the help of the Hare, she reasoned, and so she resolved to break their kinship. She cursed mankind with flavorful flesh and hairkin with a great hunger. It wasn't long before that the two were tearing each other apart. Zahir and Ilu left each other half. Zahir and Iltu left each other half of their clan as a broken clan as pariahs. Bearing responsibility for Yageki's curse, there was no place for them amongst their own kind. Worse still, they could not seek solace in each other, for they each knew the other afflicted with by the same curse. So Zahir left to the east, Iltu to the west. Neither could bear to look back at each other.
Damn. He must especially be into the story. His voice grows pensive. Um, I find it really interesting that they called them like hairkind, but they also made them like hairkind kind of sound like ravenous beasts. Because like
Yeah.
ordinarily it'd be like they'd be like werewolves or something.
No, yeah, I think it's really cool subversion.
Yeah. Oh my god,
Oh
there's so
Lord,
much.
I'm never
We're
gonna
not
get my
reading. We're
words
not
enough
looking
to
at
read.
the second one. This is a lot of information. Jesus.
I, I think this kind of does explain what hair touched is though, because
Yes.
I think when I played with Terra, he was a bit confused, but thankfully he'll be able to see this and understand.
Okay. Cool.
At first, the God brothers were delighted in this revenge. You brought this suffering on yourself by denying us. Return what is ours, lest we punish you further, they threatened. A terrifying thought to a clan torn in half, a clan which had already seen friend kill friend. And yet, it was because of this suffering that they needed Muir now more than ever, to heal their wounds, to protect themselves. And so again, they refused. The God brothers' fury redoubled. They raged at Yageki for failing to reclaim Muir back from the humans, forgetting that that rule most important. Yageki helps no one and hurts whoever she can. But neither their anger nor their insults could sway the Spite Mother, as she did not see her promises fulfilled. I've kept my end of the deal, she explained. I inflicted torments upon mankind. I did it without toll. If you want more of Yageki's help, you'll have to give something precious of yours. The God brothers hadn't much left to offer. Their mirror was lost, their names tarnished. There was only one possession of theirs fit to give: their unicorns. Oh, I guess they had unicorns for some
Oh.
reason. I didn't know if that was established.
Huh.
Uh, the the God brothers spared little thought for the few flesh creatures they had made. For nature was their art and their elements their perfected medium. But the unicorn was the exception. It was the one beast which they had created together, and the only work of any of the six had made which they agreed to be perfect. They gave this last precious thing to Yageki without hesitation, the fools. One by one, she took each unicorn and pulled out its soul so that it could become hollow, become hers, and sent it back off to steal Muir from the humans. When the unicorns came, few men resisted. The theft of Muir had ruined their lives, and they feared what further punishment the God brothers would inflict if they resisted. In the end, they were glad to be rid of it. At first, the God brothers delighted in mankind's surrender. You brought this suffering on yourself as denying us by denying us what is ours. Now we have Muir once more, they said to mankind. But it wasn't so. The unicorns not returned their Muir. They were powerless still. Panicked, the God brothers searched the land for unicorns, but they found no sign of their favorite creatures of the mirror. It was only once they reached the edge of the world that they found even a single unicorn, the last of its kind. Oh,
Oh,
fuck's
the
sake, like
last
the
unicorn.
movie.
The
Yes, I love that
last
movie.
unicorn. Something. I forgot the song.
No, it's base. It's such a good movie. Digging a
Uh,
trench in the dirt. Confused and enraged, the brothers demanded that it cease its digging and return their mirror. But the unicorn, now belonging to Higeki, no longer answered to the god brothers. We have done it the spite master asked, it told them. We have reclaimed that which is man stolen. Our souls gone, our purpose fulfilled. All we've left is the grave. Damn.
uh, I think this is what the sentence is supposed to be. Are all these northern stories like this? About so, yes.
Our tale is not done. Damn. Okay.
Damn.
Shit.
I'm gonna talk
All
to
right.
Kaitos after this. I think he's the only option other than Oscar, but I fucking
Yeah.
give your voice a rest, Jesus, Imani. Fucking Christ. Okay, let's okay, we'll
This is
go
it.
through
This is
this.
where the home stretch. Yageki
Yes.
had never intended to restore their Muir. She only meant to do what she always did. In failing to understand this, the brothers had not paid her toll once, but twice, losing both of their Muir and their unicorns. Upon realizing this, the god brothers began to fight amongst themselves. each accusing the other of being at fault. As their quarrel grew more violent, so did their shouting. The sounds of the brothers' fight carried into the woods, where it awoke the sleeping Amala. She had taken refuge from winter in a bear's den, grown comfortable, and fallen asleep. She knew nothing of what had transpired while she slept. Damn, okay, bitch. I don't know. I don't know if she could have solved the problem, but damn, okay. She emerged from the den to the sight of the god brothers fighting. At the time, she had thought nothing of it, for they bickered often. It wasn't be until she saw her children, the men and hares, at war with her own eyes, that she realized that much had changed in their absence. Seeking answers, Amalus sought out Zahair. She found him in his exile, now an old man. She demanded that he tell her what had happened to the world. Why do men and hares kill one another? Why is Ilu not with you? Where is she gone? Zahair feared what she would do if he had answered, but he had grown wise in his exile and knew that it was his burden. His actions had brought this fate upon his people. After all, whatever punishment Amalo delivered would be well earned. So he told her everything. His theft of Mir from the God Brothers, Yageki's curse, the death of unicorns. Just as he feared, Amala furious. The Spite Mother's curses, once uttered, were unbreakable. 6 of the old gods had fallen. All of the world's unicorns were gone. The world had returned to what was not. Wait, hold on. The world returned to was not the one she had left. Um, that which you broke can never be mended, she said, and your crime shall never be forgiven. I curse you and every fool who dares cast a shadow like yours until the end of time. Your soul will die, but your body will live on without it. Every man and beast which looks upon you will know you are a thing not meant to be. They will scorn you. Not even the starving hare will recognize you as a man. So long as your body lives, the hares will follow, drawn to the thing that reeks of live prey but isn't. And these hares who have killed your kin, just so as you have killed your kin, they will be your only company. Um, and then she returned to the wilds, leaving Zahair with the knowledge that he had brought yet another curse upon mankind. The grief would have killed him if not for his cursed body, which continued to live as Amala willed. Unable to die, Zahair was forced to survive in spite of the hatred of men and the revulsion of beasts brought by his second curse. Each night the hares would emerge from the wild, circle him, promise him death, but none could deign to bite him. Then, one evening, in the throes of despair of Amalek's curse, he realized something. This curse made no difference. He was already detested. He had lived in exile ever since men and hares first turned on one another. Why, then he wondered, would Amalek smile upon him with such a useless curse? Did she think the miserable life he led was punishment enough? The hare became so engrossed in the mystery that he did not notice the nightly hunt had begun. He remained ignorant of the hare stalking him until the beast pounced. Go ahead, kill me, said the hare, for he still had some of his useful mischief, and he knew that the hare would not. But when he felt the hare's soft tongue against his cheek, he opened his eyes, and upon a closer look, in front of him, the graying muzzle of Ilu, relieved of her desire to consume her longtime friend. Oh,
Hmm.
wholesome 100. The two embraced for the first time in many years. They shed tears, and in that moment, the hare finally understood why Amala cursed him. This was the only way Amala could reclaim the bond between man and hare, to allow them to walk cursed until the end of time, but allow them to walk their damned walk together. Okay, I just don't understand why she couldn't undo the other girl's curse, but I guess this is like old timey myth god logic.
Yeah, I mean, I presume it's pretty difficult. She finishes with gravitas, and a couple of guards see fit to offer some polite applause. Kaitos inhales snootily, rubbing his nose with the back of his hand. Are you... shut up, he sniffs.
I'm glad it was moving to you. I'm happy to tell others. The old tales are meant to be shared. In the meantime, she turns to polishing her durger, easily dropping into complete silence yet again. Alrighty, I think we're done with story
I don't
time.
need to hear the Plate Festival.
Love you to death, lady, but I don't know. And
Yeah,
yeah, go be
sorry,
Pythos.
Monty. I mean, used to be, like, back before we kept records of things, this used to be some people's jobs just to fucking memorize these stories. Once upon a time, info dumping was a profession.
Real.
But yeah, no. So is hair touched? Hair touched is the thing where you can't die, right?
I guess from the story, it's like you can't die, but like, I don't know. I guess it's more just like From what I understand of what Hair Touched is when it comes to Quincy, is that he just sort of has a death-related sixth sense. Like he could kind of sense death
Hmm.
and sort of like that. At least that's
Okay.
how I interpreted it. But I mean, I could be wrong. There could be more to it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay, so you can just you can sense coming death like a banshee.
Yeah, and then you kind of like are obsessed with death, and also I guess kind of autistic or something.
Well, I mean, I think that the like my character being autistic is incidental of the choices that I made before this.
Real.
Okay, I'm gonna speak with Kaitos. He's adorable. I love him. Uh, give your fucking voice a rest.
Yes.
Whenever the convoy's left hand is free from his duties, he is found at the edge of the camp, occupying himself with whatever nonsense is available to him. Lately, this nonsense has taken the form of a bandalore. He approaches his he your approach is hardly acknowledged. Still, Kaitos has the courtesy to cease his play and tuck the scroll back into his pocket. Hmm? I would like to speak about convoy business. I would like to speak about convoy matters. His face grows pensive, his posture stiffens. Yeah? How are let's talk fucking taxes.
Real.
How are the convoy's finances? Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good.
Such a dumbass. I love him.
Yeah. Why are you in charge of this? It sounds like you don't know. Care to give more detail? Not really, no. We went from like the most fucking like verbose person to somebody that just seems to like not even want to talk to us. To take this one. Uh, the convoy depends on your ability to manage our resources. You have to take this more seriously, Seneth. Look, man, I get it. It's big, important work. We're big, important gloves. Numbers, numbers, numbers. I am handling it.
He's
He
kind of
does not want
I
this job. He hates this shit so much.
real.
That's what worries me. Well, don't. The men have guns, bullets. We got food. The horses got food. Your bunny's got food. We got Icor for washing gloves. Silver's even got all his little potions, eyeliners. Not stupid. I thought that Kaitos was depressed. I think he's just really bored with what
No, he's
he's.
just a himbo. He's just self-conscious that people think he's dumb.
Yeah. Damn. No, he's not dumb. He's just bored. Let's see. How are you keeping up with correspondence? How are you keeping up with correspondence? He rolls his wrist, cracking the joint with each rotation. Hard on the wrist. But are you managing all right with all the reading and writing? He narrows his eyes. What do you mean? Well,
Damn, he's just calling him fucking stupid.
yeah, you struggle with communication? My character fucking struggles with communication. They told me straight up that my character has no fucking clue how to talk to people.
It's intellectual work and you aren't very bright.
I'm gonna. Oh, but he's such a little cutie. I don't want to be mean to him.
Look, you are mean to Angelo. You can be mean to him.
I can be mean to. I'll be mean. I'll be mean to this little guy. It's intellectual work, and you're not particularly intellectual. Hey, come on, man. That's mean. You don't know that. I've yet to observe proof to the contrary. Yeah, well, maybe your eyes are bad. Maybe you're bad at observing. I disagree. I can spot a rabbit amongst the brush over 52 meters away. To this, he has no rebuttal. His voice is oddly breathy as he concedes to defeat. Ah, well, I guess I can't argue with that. Then you are more intelligent than I gave you credit for. God, I was a little rude to Angelo. This is just bullying. See, I've got surprises, and the job, I can do it, and I'm doing it. Don't worry about it. Kaitos gives you a reassuring slap on the shoulder. You do not feel reassured.
He's kind of like me at work, to be honest. This is how I am at work.
Really?
I think
Damn.
I think people question if I could do a good job, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, but I don't really, I feel like I don't know what I'm doing sometimes.
I mean, people have done that to me, but also nobody really knows what they're doing until they've been there for a while.
Yeah.
How far is the search for Kalas? I don't know what that is. I'm sure we'll get info on what that is. How fares the search for your uncle? Okay, well, that explains it. Well, he wasn't on the train we took north, and he wasn't on the train we took south. So, yeah, we haven't found him yet. So you haven't had any luck learning his whereabouts? Nope. Tried to motivate a few of his friends to rat on him, but I didn't get written back. Oh, he's trying to find some fucking snitches. What did his uncle do? Are you telling me you attempted bribery via mail? Why on earth did you think that would work? I don't know.
Himbo. This is the,
He is a little
this
hippo.
this
Except,
convoy is full of dumb men and like the most talkative women.
yeah, uh, I mean, himbos have to be really strong. He's just kind of a dumb twink.
That's true, I guess.
His gaze drops to his toes. He shovels sheepishly, perhaps embarrassed by his short-sightedness. I love Kaitos. He's such a little dum-dum. I want to kiss him on the forehead and tell him I'll take care of the finances.
I love him too. I like all the characters. All
Yeah,
the
no,
characters
these
are
characters
pretty
are
fun.
great. Yeah. This is the southern one. Oh, is he from the south?
Wait, did Terry say that?
Yeah, Terry said that.
Oh, when Terry played him, he gave him like a southern accent.
Oh, really? I'm just making him sound like a little guy.
He literally talked like this.
Wow. Damn. Hey, not everyone with that accent is dumb.
I think Terry just gave him a random accent before
uh,
he even knew the character.
yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Let's change the subject. Okay. And then I'm gonna return to camp. Okay. I mean, I guess now the
Lucas
only
time.
Lucas time. Back
It's okay. I
to
don't
our
think
main
Lucas has
bro.
nearly the amount of dialogue. I think Amani like has the most dialogue out
Yeah.
of all these
I'm
characters.
gonna go back and learn what she was saying, but like, goddamn. All right, let's
Yeah.
speak with Lucas. Though ordinarily ebullient at the prospect of setting out on the convoy's journey, Lucas has grown a bit uh, chastened by the reality of the road. The convoy's prince spends much his time in your shared tent, keeping to himself, and perhaps more importantly, away from the more boisterous of your companions. As you open the flap of the tent, he looks up from the from his letter writing with a glare of irritation, only for it to lax into a more patient smile upon realizing who it is.
Hello, Quintrell. Have you come into my have you come to get away from the guard captain's chamber pot humor for a while?
Who is the guard captain again? Is it Angelo?
It's Daddy D'Angelo.
It's
I
Daddy.
think it's Daddy.
Okay, let's see. Writing anything of note. Who are you writing to?
A bother.
Oh. He nods and continues to scratch out his correspondence. You watch him, his arm moves in precise strokes. Compared to the incomprehensible loops and swoops many a noble pass off as handwriting, his penmanship has always been sharp and neat, letters straight, of reasonable size, and free of unnecessary flourishes, save a penchant for a dramatic curve on the N's and the U's.
He sucks air through his teeth and he sets down his quill. You always do that, standing in the way and staring like some lost dog without a clue what to do.
I'm literally a dog, though.
I think I was explaining this to Terry, but I think like like dogs in this, I think dogs in this universe exist.
Yeah,
I
they're
think
different.
question mark.
It's like the
Yeah.
Goofy and Pluto kind of thing. I've always seen that as like I imagine that like Pluto looks at or like Goofy looks at like Pluto, like Mickey's dog, the same way that like we would look at like a chimp or like a
Yeah,
bonobo. Like that's just like, oh, this is just the unevolved version of us.
yeah.
Uh, I was
I think
doing
it's you.
Yes, I was doing something. I was reflecting on your handwriting.
You are bored out of your mind. Fine, come here then. He cautiously shimmies to his side to make room on his cot, trying not to spill the inkwell that sloshes precariously whenever he moves his letter writing tray.
You sit. The cot sags towards your end. Lucas sighs.
I'm trying to draft a letter to my cousin, Annette Daner, I
Uh,
guess.
I guess,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's going poorly, I assume. And that's going poorly.
You've got no idea. I've rarely met a woman so vexing to communicate with. Listen to this opening line. To my dear cousin, Prince Lucas, I hear that you are traveling to the Northern Kingdom this month. Take care not to trip on the ice. I've heard men who walk on ice without caution can trip, hit their head, and die. What is anyone supposed to say to that? Also, I like Lucas, the like shifts up his glasses. I like that portrait.
Yeah, no, he's great. He's doing a little bit of like the Gendo Ikari kind of.
Oh yeah.
Uh, she's. I want to say she's right.
She is right
She
though.
is right though. She do be. She's kind of spitting. I wonder if there's like a way to like zoom in or like make the text bigger for you. Actually, I think there is.
Couldn't you just zoom in on the browser maybe?
Um, no, I mean I can just also make the let's just go extra large. Fuck it, make it easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think this is actually helpful. She's right. Many meet their end that way. Public thoroughfares should have crushed rock spread about if the ice gets thick enough, and one should wear proper footwear.
We are not going over this again. I refuse to wear those strange boots of yours. Okay, well, dumb bitch. I guess you
Yeah,
can die
exactly.
then.
Yeah, fucking die on the fucking ice, asshole. Fuck Lucas. All my homies hate Lucas. Though, though tripping on any sufficiently hard surface could be fatal if the person is unlucky. Those were always your most embarrassing deaths. Oh, okay, so I am I'm like a Dark Souls, like accursed undead.
Oh,
I
okay. At least I think. Yeah, probably.
Well, if, I mean, if it's implying that I've had deaths before, and also the opening very much implied that I have died before.
That's true.
So
So,
I am an
oh,
undead.
yay. He sighs. You aren't being much of help. Here, I've got about a dozen goose feathers that need to be cut into a proper pen. That should keep you occupied.
No, fuck you. No.
Architect above. I'll have to finish this letter later because there's clearly no getting it done with you around.
He shoos you away from his cot, setting Annette's letter aside. He takes another envelope from the precarious stack demanding his attention, and sets to a new piece of paper grimly.
If you must take up my time, can we at least discuss something pertinent?
No.
Damn, we're on the mean playthrough. We're being mean to all the characters.
Yeah, we are, but Lucas kind of. I mean, Lucas is kind of a dick. I don't mind being mean to Lucas. I was really sad being mean to Kaitos. D'Angelo, it's not that like I was happy to be mean to him, but like with him, it's like more sarcastic, and he seems like someone that can like take a little ribbing, whereas like Kaitos is he's just a sad little guy.
Yes. Also,
And
wait, we
I
should
didn't have an
go.
option to be mean to Amani, and same thing with Vicky. Vicky seems like the type of person that like she's just a little gremlin.
Wait, you should go to the codex and look at Angelo's portrait. He looks really hot.
All right, let's look at this hot boy. Actually, I kind of look
I
at
guess
all of the full
uh,
portraits, people.
I think it's Center People. You can
Uh,
look at Oscar and Lucas's. They're at the top.
oh yeah. Let's just look at all the people that we've met so far.
You don't have to read.
Oh wait, can you not? Oh, wait, no. Can I look at the? Oh, okay. He kind of fine though.
He is kind of fine though.
Very kind of tacky with the outfit though. The roses on the boots are a little much. Oh, the fucking high heels. What a fucking queen.
He's the cunt. He's cunty as
He's
fuck. I
so
love
cunty.
him.
I love him. I think
I
I gave
love
him. I
him.
think I gave him a perfect voice.
Yes.
Let's see. Did I go back?
There's a back arrow at the bottom right.
Oh, is there? Okay. All right. Let's look at Lucas.
Lucas Loki looks like a Castlevania character.
Yeah, he does. Honestly. Uh.
Especially with like the wing pattern on the end of his like coat.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's like an Alucard-esque cape. The back arrow. Okay, I usually would think it'd be up there. Okay. All right, let's look at the hot boy. Oh, hello.
Daddy. I love
Hello. Oh
him.
my god. Yo, that weapon's actually like fucking sick.
I know. I
The
love
big
men
jaw
that use
scythe.
thighs. I want to stick my head in his chest. Oh my god, he's bad as hell. The million and one things I would do in this with this
Yeah.
man.
I wonder what he is. He kind of, I guess he's like a big raccoon man. Actually,
He's a Tanuki.
does it say anywhere?
I think he's a Tanuki, but
Yeah,
I only know
Tanuki?
that
Could be.
because I saw that on like the artist's post.
Oh, okay, makes sense. Let's see.
I guess we can have a closer look. I think we saw
Uh,
Quintrell's portrait in the
yeah,
beginning.
we did see it at the start. Yeah, he's pretty good. I like his cape a lot.
No, yeah, I love his cape. He looks like he looked like he's in a black and white film, low key, because he has like no color.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like, I mean, my persona is very low amounts of color. It's just like a soft blue and gray.
That's true.
My buddy Staryin is going feral and barking for the big Kanuki man.
Listen, me too, Stargeen. Look, we're in the same boat.
Ooh, she's much less fancy with it. I like her. Like, I don't know why she's got like a matador like cape here. Awuka.
Awuga. I like her. I like her like neck tuff.
Yeah.
It looks very cute.
Her hair reminds me a lot of like Izumi from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, you're so right. Except I don't. I actually think that when you turn it into human mode, I actually think that unlike Izumi, I think she's one of the darker characters actually. Because
Yeah.
I think all the characters are like black.
Yeah.
But unlike Izumi, I don't think she's like light skinned.
Yeah. Let's see Vicky. I'm very excited to see Vicky. Oh, look at this feral wolf lady.
She's chubbier than I thought she was. I don't think I ever
She
saw her
is.
full portrait.
She's great. I love her. She's so mean.
Yes.
I love a mean woman. Let's see.
And then I think
Actually, she's looking at Lazarus. A bad idea, as we haven't met him yet.
No,
Oh,
he's
that
just
looks
the
fucking
villain.
sick. Oh, there is
Yeah,
no full,
no, he
there
looks
is no
sick.
full picture. Okay. I guess I can look at, see what Ria looks like. Oh, she's just a little, she's a little dog lady.
I love her. She looks so cute.
Yes. Like, I feel like the instinct would be to make her like a Pomeranian or something, like some kind of show dog, but nah. Let's look at Kite Toast. Oh, I like Kite Toast. He's just a little, kind of like, I don't know. It's like a little bit Greek.
Yeah, I think the southern people have more like wear. I love that they have locks on his tail. That's a sick design choice.
That's really cool. I love that. Love Kaitos. And the
Yeah,
fucking
Kaitos
long
is
gloves.
great.
Very cunty.
Yes, Kaito
And-
got his dogs out too, I guess.
Yeah, and they're like painted gold.
Well, I think those are all the playable characters. I think you can
Yeah.
look at the other ones. I think it's just
I
two
mean,
other ones.
I mean, I don't know who that is. I don't know who either of these people are, but I guess we can look at them. You look cool. And
She looks
Saralater.
milfy.
Yeah. She also looks like she could appear in like a Castlevania. The these kind of remind me of like Avatar like water tribe symbols, which I'm sure are based off of like an actual culture that I'm just not aware of.
Yeah, I think avatars are based off of like in Inuk.
Oh yeah, okay, that's the guy.
He's the dad. I like how he fucking dyed
King
his
Dad.
beard.
Yeah, he got little like he got the tips. Okay, let's return to the story.
Yeah.
We are like 2 hours into this, so we have not done the thing that we've come here to do.
It's okay. I guess this will be longer than you expected.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't mind if this became like a second stream, but also I feel like we'd probably have to I'd have to have something else lined up because I feel like we're gonna get close to finishing it tonight, but we're not gonna. Uh,
Yeah, no.
Diadem, the city atop a hill which shines like Elysium itself, or at least that's the descriptor you'd always heard. You would beg to differ. 10 times larger than your own kingdom's capital, and 20 times as crowded. Diadem feels more to you a city of stratisfaction. Built during the Unification War, Diadem Diadem's layout is uniquely defensive. Its three quarters exist in concentric rings separated by walls, with gleaming Diadem Castle and the marble floored Horn district securely in the middle, and the poorly tailed district outside the city wall, free to spill to the farmland beyond. The ever busy main quarter sits between the two, where anyone may trade in goods. It's built very much like the main city in Attack on Titan, with like the tiered walls, and where like your social class determines which wall you're in, and the one that's closest that uh, Titans can break through and murder your entire family is where the poors go.
I only saw the first episode of Attack on Titan, so I would not know. But damn, that sucks.
Yeah, no, it's awful. The entire plot wouldn't happen if the main characters weren't poor and lived in the shitty outer wall. All right, let's go to Diadem Castle. Select
We
party.
have to bring D'Angelo.
Yeah, can I? Okay. I'm gonna bring. Oh, fuck. I want to bring Failboy, but also I love
We
Vicky.
should bring Failboy.
I'll bring Failboy. Damn. I'm sorry, ladies.
Sorry, ladies. This is a sausage party
Yeah, no, it
now.
is. Damn. Okay. Well,
Although honestly, Amani gives me T-girl vibes, so
I
I
mean,
don't
I
know.
mean, we could leave behind Lucas, but I feel like Lucas
No, we
was by
can't.
default. I feel like we gotta. Oh wait, yeah, two additional selections remaining. Fuck. Okay.
Damn.
Next,
It's okay.
in my off time, I'm gonna play with women team. Oh, sorry. One
Yeah.
second. Someone's knocking on my door. Actually, are they? No, never mind. They're not.
It was a ghost.
It was a ghost. No, sometimes when my brother closes the door, it sounds like somebody kind of knocking. Sorry, women. We have established that my character is sexist though, so when you think about it, I'm just role playing.
And you also need to get my voice arrest down. I'm
Yeah,
glad to just only be
yeah.
voicing
No,
Lucas.
Imani's fucking you up. With the prince by your side, yeah. Imani would probably be fucking talking for like paragraphs at this point already. With the prince by your side, your group of companions walks right into the castle without scrutiny. The keep's medieval doors now closed behind you. The bustle of the castle grounds vanishes into silence. Lucas is the first to speak, barely above a whisper.
You'd best make good use of this afternoon, Quintrell. In fact, you should thank me for enabling you to skulk about my family home like a common burglar. It's not how I choose to spend my time. Every coffeehouse in Diadem has been plying me with pigeons to orate for them. It took a full afternoon of letter drafting to clear plans just for today.
Uh, what we're looking for is an unguarded route that leads to the outside of Diadem Castle. Too many of us might arouse suspicion. D'Angelo and Kaitos can stay. Everyone else should wait in the sitting room.
Ah, should have left me at the end if you were going to have me rot in that sitting room again. I could be knocking back that fancy diadem ale and convoy coin. I understand. There's only so much they can lend to the investigation anyway. Yeah, thank God.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk anymore.
Uh.
No, just kidding. Oh, but damn.
Once the rest have shuffled out of the vestibule, you, Lucas, D'Angelo, and Kaitos gather in a loose circle. Just to be clear, I'm super not loving the sound of this, Quinn. If the King Regent catches even a whiff of what we're up to, we're in trouble. Not to mention the danger you're putting the Crown Prince in. That's
Oh
you.
yeah, I forgot this was me. Architect. This is such a piss poor idea that I'm agreeing with D'Angelo Bagger. Uh, the consequences are precisely what I've been trying to get through this thick skull this entire time.
You act like he's stupid.
Which he, Quintrell or Oscar?
He shrugs.
Anyway, I assume you have a plan of attack, Quintrell?
Oscar gives some ideas where to
I
start.
wanna see if Kaitos has any ideas.
Yeah, I was hoping
I
to
want
maybe
to
head
see his
further.
dumbass
I want to
ideas.
see what Kaitos thinks. I was actually hoping some of you might have suggestions. Quincy, brother, you don't have a plan.
I would have hoped you thought this through.
I do. Oscar gave me some suggestions. I'm just fielding ideas. Is the courtyard fair game? Yes. I've been out there a few times. There's a thing. It's just big enough that you can kinda... He makes some kind of gesture.
What? Swan dive?
No, like, over. He repeats the gesture. Just trust me, I'll show you.
I love him.
I probably shouldn't be enabling you, but there's something in the King Regent's study worth looking at. What of you, Lucas?
Oscar's already shared the ones which bore fruit in our past. The sitting room window has always been my escape of choice. I'm not even sure how he found out.
Thank you. That's D'Angelo. Thank you. You've given me more work to work with.
If that's all, let's not waste daylight. The guards will allow us just about anywhere with me and your company, but we shouldn't dawdle long enough for any of them to start getting suspicious.
I'm really curious what would have happened if you declined declined Oscar, because then it's like, what are you even doing? Unless it like has a way of like roundabout forcing you to back into it.
I think Terry did it, and I think they just have a way of like getting you back to the plot.
Okay. He takes the lead and opens the next set of doors leading from the vestibule into a wider entrance hall. Your companions trail behind him. As you walk, you cast about for other ideas. Estates and castles are often built with secret passages leading to or from areas of safety in case of emergency. A prince's quarters seem like the perfect area of interest for such a thing. But he'd know if his own quarters had such a thing, you reason, in his own room. Then again, an escape could exist in such plain sight that he's never given it any thought. There's no harm in checking, right? Then there's your own curiosity, too.
Quintrell, he looks at you quizzically. He looks back quizzically at you.
You'd stop walking somewhere along your thought journey. You jog to catch up. Just thinking, sorry. It's Oscar's room. There might be something. I am very, I might want to check Oscar's chambers, because, part of, like, the hair touch stat, which was, like, my highest one, was that, you could see stuff that other people wouldn't perceive.
Yeah, we should go there.
Yeah, I'm gonna try that. You've been to the Andemir's personal living quarters a few times in the past. The route is infested with guards, even with Lucas at your side. They barely tolerate your presence, regarding you with suspicious eyes. When you mount the final staircase, you find the king's wings, thankfully bereft of people. This part of the castle is ancient. Beneath the velvet carpet, the well-worn flagstones of old have been retained. Sconces on the wall, which once held candles, have been fitted with modern relics providing light instead. Each of the Amadier's quarters, of which there are 8, bear gold inland uh, mahogany doors. Most open into empty rooms. There must have been more occupants once, perhaps during a time when the Endemir's family was more fecund.
What are we doing?
There's lots of new words in here.
Yeah,
Like I
they're
think I
all
have a very
newer.
large vocabulary, but this they use a lot of they use really cool language in this.
What are we doing up here exactly? I don't recall Oscar mentioning anything about this wing.
He didn't. It was an idea of my own.
Oh, architect, you're mad.
I'm going to examine his quarters. Perhaps there's something he's overlooked. Call it intuition.
I'll be calling it nothing, for I'll have no part of it. I'm waiting in my own quarters. Knock when you're through. I don't wish to find out what had happened if he caught me in there.
The prince unlocks his own chambers with a key from his overcoat. He squeezes inside. The lock turns once again. I don't know, man. That's a rather queer thing to do, isn't it?
I do a lot of queer things with you,
As in,
D'Angelo.
I knew that there was no way I was gonna get through that line. He scratches his chest, screwing up his eyes. I don't see anything queer about it. I see something queer about it. I'm a little queer right now.
Real.
Wouldn't you be, uncomfortable with something nosing about your quarters while you weren't there? No, it wouldn't be worse were I inside it and I entered. For example, they might see me in a state of undress. If I'm not present, there's no problem. I don't have anything to say about that. Come come get me when you're done, too. I'll be busy somewhere pretending I don't know you.
Damn, they're
And
all leaving you.
uh I know, right? Like I brought this party with me. I bet fucking Vicky would have gone in with me. And he too turns tail and begins his heavy tromp down the staircase. Seriously? You're really going in there?
I guess Kaitos is going with you.
Yeah. It's just me and the boy. Uh, on the door at the furthest end of the hall, a unicorn rests on a bed of roses. This door has not one but 2 placards. The first reading, Her Highness Queen Amalathea. Beneath it, the second, much less tarnished placard, bears His Grace Prince Oscar. The door is in rough shape. Paint fades at the edges. The door frame fares no better. No less than a half dozen locks, some keyed, some latched, pepper the connection between the door and the wall. Around them are nails and screws and divots in the wallpaper where even more locking mechanisms might have been. Oddly, the locking mechanism faces outward. It's quick work to undo them. You reach the handle before your hand gets anywhere near. There is suddenly a lanky torso blocking the way. You blink to find yourself eye level with Kaitos' face. His eyebrows are pushed up in the center. Whoa, what's wrong with you? Nothing. I understand it's untoward, but I'm just fulfilling Oscar's requests. It's not right, man. Please move. He'd already know if there was a way out in his room. Okay,
What a group of bitches these all are.
yeah, I know, but also, Kaitos is making a good point and is proving that I'm kind of a dumbass, but who knows? I'm gonna be.
Push him out of the way. You're stronger.
He flattens himself from Lakewood's door. Yeah, be gone, twink. Failure! Rolled a 6 on physical.
I thought you were buff.
I was buff, but I guess it's just a shitty roll.
Damn.
That sucks. You brace your palms against Kaitos' shoulder and give him a shove to the side. You try not to be rough, but in doing so, underestimate Kaitos' strength. Instead of being repelled out of the way of the door, your shove only causes him to stumble. Damn, we thought he was a twink, turns out he's a twunk. Kaitos' face now a deep grimace, pushes you in return. For a moment, the two of you struggle against the door. Grunting in frustration, Lucas's door once again opens. The younger prince peers out. He watches your sad struggle, with some mix of exacerbation and pity.
Ugh.
Kaitos eventually seems to summon all the strength in his body to give you an almighty shove, sending you clear of himself and the door. Silver, man, he pants. It's not happening. Your shoulders smarting. You take a few steps away from Kaitos and incline your head to signal compliance. He let out a loud, breathy sigh of release. He features smooth. His features smooth back out. Why you gotta be like this? Damn, Kaitos is being kind of real right now. Kaitos is like,
Damn.
why do you gotta be a real fucking dick all the time, Quincy?
I mean, you were kind of a dick to him. Like,
No,
at least he gets his lick back.
yeah, no, I this is deserved. You decline to comment. There are others, uh, there are other leads you can pursue at the least. Kaitos all but escorts you from the wing. Lucas follows, but leaving the room unexplored gives you an irksome feeling, like an unreachable itch. Okay, so I can't look in Oscar's room.
Damn.
Uh,
I guess I'll voice the girl.
yeah, hi Sybil. Yeah, so you got something. You've one foot on the staircase to the entrance hall when a soft voice calls from the stairs bottom.
Like I guess this is a slight spoiler, but I think she's like the grandma to the princes. And I
Yeah.
remember when I was playing with Tyr, I gave her like a Filipino grandma accent because I didn't really know what to do. But I don't think
Alright.
I'm gonna do that because it was really horrible last time.
Okay. I don't know. Try and do something
I,
kind of.
I don't know. I don't know how to do an old. It's like the prince's convoy. Why isn't this a surprise? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that works. The High Sibyl of the Church of Saros stands similarly before you, paused with one foot in the stairway. Your surprise mirrored on her face. Lucas nearly walks into you. From the corner of your eye, you can see his forehead has erupted into a light sheen of sweat. You, on the other hand, find yourself so stuck by the sight of the Holy Mother that you've forgotten to feel called. You've seen her in passing, of course, but never like this. Without her habit, silver silver hair uncovered, in sporting clothes, wearing breeches of all things. It's like, damn, a woman wearing pants, how uncouth.
I think it's more like it's seeing the Pope wear pants.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, I just always assumed the Pope wore pants under the robes, but maybe not. There, you stand there dumbly, mouth slack.
Oh, Gam Gam. Ugh, ugh, Oscar invited us for morning tea. We were just heading that way. He's been missing me, apparently. We all miss you, dear. But why ever are you coming from upstairs? He's in the conservatory. He's been spending much his days there. I know, we were just checking his quarters. I see. Scroll down.
Yeah.
And he
Oh,
wasn't.
sorry.
Wait.
There.
And he wasn't there. So now we're on the way to conservatory. I see. Hmm.
Mm.
I hope. You have a wonderful tea time. May the architect keep you well. She clasps her hands together in prayer and offers the pair of you a gentle bow. Then she continues up the stairs. But when she draws level 2, she stops. Though I can't say ever heard of morning tea happening in the afternoon.
Listen, we just sleep in really late. I've woken up at 1 p.m. before. The High Sibyl resumes her climb and is soon out of sight. Down one of the castle's many hallways to architect knows where, she offers you not even a second glance.
Damnation.
The High Sibyl, wearing pants? I almost feel like I'm not supposed to see that.
We need to be more discreet. We don't need her suspecting we're up to something. I don't even want to be up to something.
Damn. Alright, return to the entrance hall, I guess.
Why the grandma ratting us out? I don't know. She
Yeah.
seems chill.
I don't know, yeah, she didn't seem like she suspected of like us of much. Um what would be interesting? Uh,
I mean, you go to the one Kaito suggested as the courtyard.
the courtyard. Okay, I'll go to where Kaito suggested. I will follow you, Twink. The courtyard is mercifully private. Aside from the two guards you passed at the entrance, you and your companions have no company, save the errant trilling bird that drifts by on the spring breeze. Kaitos makes no haste as he leads you through the shade of swaying willows and past walls of rustling hedges. Uh, he saunters without urgency and stops whenever the whim strikes. When he comes to a full halt to sniff a rose on a hedge, Lucas disapprovingly snort finally becomes loud enough for him to take note. Damn, Lucas, why are you such a dick?
Evil.
Hmm? He quirks an eyebrow, seemingly unclear on the connection between himself and the prince's foul mood.
Hurry it up, Azanath. We don't have all day.
Eh. Looking thoughtful, he cocks his head to the side as he considers this statement. Eventually, he concluded Lucas has a point. Guess not. Literally, he's just stopping to smell the roses, literally.
This man has no thoughts. This man has like two thoughts in his head at all
Yeah,
times.
I know. But he's so real, he's so relatable. We stand an ADHD king. With
Yes.
a reluctant sigh, he parts from the flower with a wistful air utterly unbefitting of the situation. The verse is absent from his step from then onward. Much to your chagrin, Kaitos's renewed focus does not lead you swiftly to your destination. The gardens, large and decadent as they are not dense or vast enough to lose oneself in, and yet he retreads the same loops, coiling the outer wall with a pensive expression, as if he were lost in the thick of the North Mountains timberlands. Damn, I get it. I have no sense of direction too. I feel so stupid whenever in any grocery store. Occasionally, he lets an uncertain whine, like the whimper of an anxious dog. He's literally an anxious dog. Pitiful as it is, his disregard for urgency has not won him the sympathy of your other comrades. Delangelo raises his brow ever higher as he trods after Kaitos with increasing skepticism, while his whimpers itch at the prince like poison ivy. In an effort to quell the simmering frustration, you decide to ask Kaitos outright, "What are you doing?" He inhales and then exhales. "It's different now. I think they moved it around." "Who moved what now?" "It should be here. I swear. There was a statue right here." He gestures to a sleek, fluid marble unicorn which towers over the walkway. The unicorn statue is in a rearing pose. Uh, there's something off about the posture. For all the effort put into the carving, it looks unusually unlike the real thing. "I don't understand. Is this not a statue?" He flails an arm at the marble beast with frustration. It's the wrong one."
Incredible. I can't believe you managed to get lost in an open space. Honestly, it's a wonder you managed to dress yourself in the morning. Utterly hopeless.
Damn, everyone's just fucking bullying Kaitos.
Look, he's the one friend that the friend group has to bully to keep the balance.
Damn. The sacrificial lamb. Snorting, he places his hand to his hips, standing defiant in Lucas's accusation. "Am not."
Oh, please. You don't know anything.
"Hey man, I know lots of stuff."
Really? Well, go on. Let's hear it. Name one thing you know. I'll wait.
"Fencing."
Oh, we love a fencing
Yeah.
king. Um,
He's a sword
ha!
fighter.
Don't make me laugh. You could hardly even make quarterfinals on a good day.
Damn, he's like, "You drown in pools. You ain't shit."
Oh my god.
Uh, could make him more. Could make him more often if I tried.
Oh, sure. And orcs could take a flight if they tried. You're an useless sibber. What the fuck does that say? Sibberite?
Yeah, I think so.
You wouldn't even know the first thing about trying.
At least I'm not so silver. There's a whole word for it.
Excuse me? Bully
Do
Kaitos.
I do the mean one? I'm gonna. I feel so bad bullying him. He's like,
You can bully Lucas. I think Luke. Well, you're supposed to be friends with Lucas more than you're supposed to be friends with Kaitos. So I mean, yeah, I don't know.
well, I mean, it's role playing. I don't need to be friends with anyone if I don't want to.
That's
I'm
true.
gonna be mean to Lucas. I feel so bad for Kaitos. He's just such a little guy. While you understand his frustration with Kaitos' disorganization and opaque manner of speech, you're well aware of the prince's habit of letting disagreements take a life of their own. Is only prolonging your search. Yeah, we don't need another fucking cake debate. We're straying from the point, Lucas.
Really? And what point is that? I'm not seeing one.
I already said we're looking for a statue. You can climb it and get over the wall. Not that hard.
You didn't say that. Hold on. You climbed a statue? That was you?
What was me? What do you mean?
An interloper breaks through the gardens, hurls a stone through the priceless stained glass window in the crown prince's bedroom, and then disappears over the wall and into the night. You sent the entire castle into hysterics, you dolt. You were fretting. They were fretting for weeks about a threat against the crown. Oh my God, he's the fucking
Oh
assassination
my
attempt.
god.
Oh
Oh
my,
my
he's the. Oh no,
god.
fuck Kaitos. Fuck Kaito.
No,
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 damn.
no, they overreacted. He was just being silly and they didn't understand. They didn't
Kaitos
understand
wanted
he was just being silly.
he wanted to see his twink royal boyfriend. Twink for twink.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying.
No, my God, he's the whole reason this fucking thing happened. That's crazy.
For a brief moment, the Viscount's eyes hold a rare glint of self-consciousness. The seldom felt feeling is so uncomfortable for him to bear that he breaks his gaze and drops his eyes to the ground. Was just trying to let Oscar know that I was there.
The prince pinches the bridge of his nose and snorts in frustration. Well, with that time frame in mind, then yes, there was another statue here prior to the incident. One of the guards caught sight of you climbing over it, and so father had to replace with something less climbable.
Now that he said it, the marble unicorn's back strikes you as unusually smooth and vertical. Its posture notably precarious for a statue of that size. Even if one managed to eke out a foothold, the statue's ability to hold the weight of a grown man is dubious. Uh,
I don't know. Oscar's kind of skinny. I don't really think he counts like that.
yeah. I don't know. I feel like, and we also established that he's really short. Uh, uh, you know, uh, God, what was I thinking? I lost it. Oh well. Hmm. Guess that's one less escape route for Princey. Oh yeah, it was like, damn, I can't believe the first two like options that we had have both been fucked up. Not necessarily.
Damn.
They removed the offending statue, yes, but did they replace every statue that could be scaled? I seem to recall seeing several other large statues by the wall.
No, they only replaced the one.
Well then, we'll evaluate the others and see what we can find. Alright, I'll just go through the list.
Oh,
They've
that's
got
pretty.
art. Yeah. The figure of a prancing unicorn gleams in the sun. You imagine the gentle arc of its black and the of its back, and the organic posing of its forelegs would make it a simple climb. The only issue is the tall, thick moat of thorns and roses that circle it. Intent on solving the problem in the most straightforward way possible, Kaitos reaches for the branch to pull it aside, only to wince back when he is inevitably pricked by the brambles. Ouch! He nods. He holds his injured hand uh, to his face and inspects it. His brows lower as he watches the tiny bead of scarlet well from the wound, barely visible underneath the white hide of his gloves.
I'm not sure what you thought would happen. Are we gonna bully him more?
I mean, listen, it was kind of dumb. I'm not sure what you thought would happen. He gives you a shrug of his shoulders, though he doesn't look up from his hand.
That's the thing, Quintrell. Asenath doesn't think.
Do too. He studies his fingertip. His expression grows pensive.
Really now? Care to share with the rest of us?
No?
How convenient. I love these two dialogue. They're so
Uh,
fucking like bitchy.
yeah, no, these two people, they do not fucking vibe with each other.
I
Something
don't know
flickers.
why. It
Yeah.
just reminds me of like how hard or like I don't know why, but it reminds me of how like Mordecai and Rigby argue sometimes.
Yeah, kinda. Except Mordecai and Rigby are like, they're friendly with each other, like, a lot of the time. It's just when, like, shit hits the fan that they're mean to each other. But, like, they are just, like, all hostile all the time. Uh,
Yeah.
Something flickers in Kaito's expression, but it passes quickly. He lets his hands drop to the side, and he returns uh, to present matters. I don't think Oscar can use this one.
He narrows his eyes, reluctant to return to the topic of his brother once again. No, I imagine not. There doesn't seem to be much room between bushes, and simply cutting a path through them would be too conspicuous.
It seems the pair have given up without your input. This vexes D'Angelo. Seriously, you're letting a few little thorns stop you. You know, Green Mirror could move these real easily. I could do it all subtle. No one would even know.
All right then, move them.
Sure thing. He reaches for his jawbone scythe, only to find it is not on his person. Oh yeah, left it at camp.
Oh my god, all these men are useless.
These are all fail men. Oh, come on, man. Look, man, it's heavy. When I bring it indoors, I always break something. I wasn't expecting to do any conducting today. So
It's
much for
okay,
that
man.
idea. All these men are stupid in their own special way.
I love them though.
Uh, all right, let's check the second statue. This one doesn't look very tall. Uh, oh wow, this one's really short. The form of a laying unicorn relaxes amongst the flower bed. Even at a glance, it is clear the statue would not have height enough for you to make a leap onto the courtyard wall, much less smaller than a smaller man like Oscar. Titus, however, feels the need to tow around the flowers and step up upon the creature's back before he realizes this is himself. Alright, before we check the third statue, I kinda need to use the bathroom.
That's fine. I'll
Alright,
be here.
alright. Hang out if anyone is talking in chat, just chill
Hello,
with them.
chat.
Hell, yes. Alright, I will be right back.
How we doing tonight? Is Terry still here? I'm wondering. Are you good? Good. Good. So, um, you like jazz?
Okay, I've returned. I also realized
Oh,
that I forgot to refresh my music.
thank God. I just tell us a joke. Um,
Oh no.
God, what's a good joke? Hold on. Jokes. Shit. Fuck.
I have one that's just really
Um,
long.
um, uh, um, shit. What's a good joke? Damn. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. Oh, fuck. Uh, ooh, God. Okay, wait. I'll do one on proxy now that proxy's
Okay,
here.
yeah, do it, do it.
Okay, so, hey, did you go to Candace's party last week?
Who's Candace?
Candace dick fit in your mouth.
Oh God, the humanity! How could I have fallen for such a ruse?
Yes. That's the only
How did
joke
you
I
get me?
know.
How could you have gotten me? I have one. It's just really long. It involves a lot of setup, but it's funny. Trust me. Imagine I just said a really funny joke for like 10 minutes.
Yes, I love that. Terry was telling me that's how like one of the fucking I think Martin Smith or someone like that. That's like how one of these comedians work where he just like did only setups and never did punchlines, and he just let the audience kind of determine for themselves what's funny. I guess I don't
Uh,
know. Terry could probably explain better than I
no,
can.
the one that I have, it's all like almost all set up, but then there's like a really short punchline at the end.
Nice.
George Martin, I think I've heard of him. But yeah, let's check the third statue.
What about the third impact?
The third impact. Oh, this looks like a tall statue. I think we should avoid the third impact if that is ever an option in this. Uh, Balanced in a precarious rear, it's a wonder how the marble unicorn's slender limbs supported its weight at all. Its delicate tangle of hooves hardly connect to the pedestal beneath. It is an admirable piece of art in that sense, exhibiting all the paradoxical weight and fragility of an equine. Kaitos approaches the statue with a sense of caution, as if he were worried it might spook like a live horse. He looks over it a number of times, hoping each additional assessment might give him more confidence than the last. I don't think this one'll work. Yeah, look at those legs. Hard to believe it stands at all. Unless marble's a lot stronger than I'm thinking. No, marble is soft and is a soft and porous stone. It's heavy, but it's liable to chip and crack under pressure. Statues under such a Statues such as these push the limitations of its ability to stand up to the strain of gravity. Well, you're the expert, Inspector. I'll take your word for it. Kaito sighs, resting his head on the back of the stone unicorn. He traces the edges of its mane with a finger. But there's one more statue. Ooh.
The secret fourth statue. Oh
Oh,
wow,
it's
that's
a
Manicore.
yeah. I was gonna say chimera, which is technically correct, I think, but the marble manticore crouches imposingly, with its forelimbs lowered in a permanent bow and its tail poised to strike. You imagine it would make for a reasonable climb, if only it were a foot closer to the courtyard's wall. You are about to dismiss the manticore as a candidate for Oscar's escape entirely when you hear Kaitos make a noise of discovery. Whoa! At first you assume he is merely remarking upon the statue, but then he clarifies, he moves! To your surprise, he is correct. As he leans his weight against the manticore, the dirt around the pedestal shifts ever so slightly. The statue is not affixed to the ground. While far too heavy for a lone man to move on his own, it's not impossible that combined effort can move it close enough to the wall for Oscar to use, and we've got the biggest boy.
Yes. Don't even think about it.
Hmm?
They already look. They already took the other Manticore statue down during this little getaway. This is the last one left. I don't want you or Oscar risking its safety.
It's only a statue. Stop being a dick. You're well aware that the prince is prone to these bouts of pedantry when equal representation of an Adamir family crest is concerned. At times, and by his own admission, he loses perspective. Gently you remind him of this. It's only a statue.
Oh, also, I guess for context, unlike the family crest, there has both unicorns and manticores on it, and then there's like this comic that the artist made, which is how I like came across this game in the first place, where it's like usually like their family dyes their like edges or not their edges, but their tips like gold, like how Oscar and the dad do it, to represent the unicorn, I
Okay,
think. But then he did it red like the manticore, so he just relates to the manticore. That's why.
I see.
Um, I'll send you the comic later. I think there's like a few comics like
I'd be
that
down to
the
read it.
creator made that you could read.
I like
Um,
this. This is
yes,
very interesting.
it's the principle of the thing. If I see one more manticore in this castle replaced with one of those one-horned goats, I'm going to lose my mind. They're meant to be equals.
Well, technically, it's not in the castle, it's outside.
No. Everything stands inside the outer everything inside the outer walls is the castle. The gardens, the barracks, the cathedral, the keep, they're all in the castle because a castle is a collection of combined structures.
But it's outside?
You're hopeless.
Damn, it's just like, God, Kaitos, you're too fucking stupid. I can't even.
Nah, Kaitos is real though, because I mean technically it is outside.
Yeah. Nah, we're moving the statue. Fuck you, Lucas.
Oh man.
Listen, I don't care. I don't care about Lucas's family. I'm sorry about your bloodline, bro. While you can parse his argument, you can't bring yourself to value talk of symbols over the more tangible matter at hand. Apologies, Lucas, but I'm afraid procuring Oscar's escape takes priority over the integrity of a single statue.
Fine, whatever.
Noting Lucas's discontentment. Noting Lucas's discontentment, Kaitos shakes his head. His face takes an expression that's difficult to parse. It is, by all accounts, a smile, but your intuition urges you to look for hidden meaning. Mockery, perhaps? Don't worry about it. Statue will only get taken down if he gets caught. He won't get caught.
He said it was fine, I don't care.
If you say so. You usher D'Angelo over to the statue. The three of you distribute yourselves along the side of its in preparation of moving it. Following a brief count of three, you heave your collective weight against the massive stone animal. It is a grueling task for only three people, but you'd expect nothing less of the majesty of solid marble. A statue like this could easily take the strength of 30 men or more to move in earnest. You count yourself lucky that you need only move it a foot from its original place. The fact the three of you are capable of moving it at all, of triumphing over solid stone, prompts a flutter of exhilaration in your core. Kaitos' strained gasps hardly even register in your ears. That? Do it? He can barely speak. Whatever means through which the Viscount earned his muscular frame, you can tell it wasn't physical labor. I wouldn't really describe Kaitos as muscular, like in any
Maybe
sense of the
muscular
word.
in all those robes.
I mean, even because like it's like kind of in a like kind of a toga, and he's like pretty skinny otherwise.
I don't know,
But
maybe
D'Angelo though, he's probably doing the brunt
nah.
of the work.
Yeah, no, D'Angelo can get it.
Yeah, I think so, right? Oof. The manticore's tail now curls a more comfortable distance from the top of the courtyard's front wall. You would think, or at least hope, that someone scaling the statue could get from tail to wall with ease. Yes, I think that should do it.
Wonderful. Now let's hope no one notices that tracks you left when you decided to moving a giant marble art piece was a subtle means of escape.
Your gut sinks at his comment. Your eyes fall to the ground, where you see the trailing groove of the statue's path into the soil. It isn't as blatant as you feared, but it's notable. The the little hitch in front hedge will hide it. Don't think anyone will notice for a bit, anyway.
Well, let's hope. For Oscar's sake.
Okay, well, at least one of the two things we tried for now is successful. As you make your way to the garden's exit, grief sets in for Lucas.
You know, I'm going to miss that manicore.
Manicore's fine, man. No need to have kittens over something that hasn't happened. He looks to you. Right? It isn't often that someone other than Lucas prompts you to agree with them, especially not in disagreement with Lucas. You realize you haven't a procedure for such an event, so you can only bring yourself to awkwardly stare back and say nothing. Thankfully, no one takes note of your reluctance and comment. Oh, you know asking this guy not to worry is like asking a dog not to dance. I mean, come on, he's 22 and gray already. True.
No, it isn't. It really isn't.
Damn, he's so stressed out. He's losing all his his hair's graying already. That's crazy. That's not him dyeing his hair brown at the tips or like silver everywhere else. It's just what he looks like. All right. Um, King Regent's study sounds like it could be interesting.
Yes, we should do that.
All right. D'Angelo leads you with practiced ease through the castle's many corridors and staircases. Eventually, you arrive at an out-of-the-way hallway with a pair of guards standing watch. They spring apart upon seeing your brother throwing casual "Good day, Lieutenant Generals." D'Angelo inclines his head and shoots them a wink as he passes. Oh, he fucked those guys. You know he did.
I love him. I need him heartily in several ways.
I know you do. King Regent's study overlooks the horn quarter. He likes to watch the cartridges go by while he smokes his pipe. The man's pretty thoughtfully with pretty the man's pretty forgetful with closing those balcony doors. That'd give Princey a way out, assuming he can climb down from the third floor. D'Angelo's step stops abruptly in front of a pair of double doors. He throws them apart. They make a terrible clatter against the wall.
Oh, wait, hold on. Make enough noise so the whole castle know what we're up to. What shall you?
Uh, I think you're overestimating how upset the King Regent would be to find us in his study. He's usually more preoccupied trying to get me in here than out. It's like he's in love with me. Starting to think he's been lonely since the Queen.
Yeah, they should fuck. Hell yeah. Don't make me suffer another one of your ghost jokes, Barger.
Damn. What if the way the prince gets out is that D'Angelo fucks the king and then with the agreement that after he'll let the prince go.
I think that should be our plan.
That should be the plan. The study is more akin to what you'd expect of a sitting room. The walls bear the mounted heads of past successful royal hunts. There is no desk in sight, only several overstuffed sitting chairs around a table. Most of the table's abused surfaces are taken up by the board of for some sort of war game. A series of miniature horses, cannons, barricades, and cavalrymen cast in bronze lay across it, some even littering the floor. In what table space is free of the game board are a collection of dirty glasses and an overstuffed ashtray. Lingering traces of tobacco smoke cling to every surface. You wrinkle your nose. The balcony doors let a healthy amount of sunlight in. Were it not for the smell and mess, this might make a pleasant seating area. He picks up one of the small bronze figurines. Huh. He's got a little coat and everything, just like a real man.
Cutie
He
pie.
is. He's a cutie. I love him. Think that's impressive. Check out the detail on this cavalry unit. Yeah, they even included the horse's, dedication. He's
I
talking about
love.
horse cocks.
Wait, is he? Is that the joke? I don't know.
I think that's what it was.
Oh, okay. I didn't know. I didn't know. That's silly. Damn. Wait, that's kind of that's kind of weird for a little piece to include. That's crazy.
No, I've been young, and actually, no. Even now, whenever I see like a statue of a bull or something, I see that they also modeled the penis. I'm like, penis.
Haha, penis.
It's the demon inside every person to laugh at dick jokes. Uh,
We we didn't come here to we didn't come here to play with toys, Quintrell. The balcony doors.
you tried the balcony doors; they do not budge. Huh? Doors are old. Latch sticks sometimes. Just give them a good yank. I'm sorry, Starian just said Venus.
Venus.
You continue to pull at the latch. No progress is made. Eventually, Lucas makes an exasperated sigh and comes over.
It's not difficult. You need to pull it up left, then out. Um, as if on command, and as if on command, the balcony door swings open. See, you know what this reminds me of?
Yeah,
Have you ever seen those videos of like German like windows and how like they're super difficult to open?
yeah.
Yeah, no, that's exactly what this reminds me of.
My windows currently are really difficult to open, and the only way for me to open them is to literally take them off because they just don't move anymore.
The only problem with my window is that the side latch just gets
Yeah,
sticky and it's like kind of hard to move up. But other than
yeah.
that, it's a pretty easy
No,
slide.
I'm getting them replaced soon because the windows in my room are older than I am.
That's wild.
Yeah. Uh, Thank you. You breathe a sigh of relief as fresh air meets your nostrils. Well, against my better judgment, I've done my part. Princey's problem is solved. Now we can. He stops mid sentence. Heavy football sounds from the hall, steadily growing louder. A moment later, the King Regent himself appears in the doorframe.
I'll
Um,
voice them just so I can have someone to voice because I
okay.
think I only have like Lucas.
Yeah,
I don't really know what voice to go though. I like his eyes. He does his little eyes squint to the left. Oh my
yeah.
god, he looks like such a cheeser.
Can you do
Um,
like whatever like old man voice the closest you can
old,
do?
old, I don't old man voice. Old man. Hold on. What's giving old man? For some reason, I want to do like Ice King, but like I don't think that's the vibe.
No, I
Uh,
can do Ice
uh,
King.
oh no, he doesn't really give me super old man. He kind of just gives me like
Yeah, I mean he doesn't have
way
any
more. I
gray.
don't know. Hold
Like
on.
his son
Oh,
has more. Zero gray hairs, and his son has almost all gray hairs.
oh. I'll just do this. Then his face erupts into a large smile. Well, if it isn't Vester's newest hero.
D'Angelo is on the receiving end of a hearty smack as Alexander slaps his back in greeting. He drops a figurine he was holding and gets into a more alert standing position. Your Grace! He bows.
Kind of you to treat me to a surprise visit. Bet you can't get enough of our talks, eh? Oh, they're fucking.
Oh, they
What?
are fucking.
He's down bad.
Oh,
Everyone's down bad
they
for
fucking. Oh,
D'Angelo.
they fucking. They're very enlightening, sir. To your extreme displeasure, the King Regent makes eye contact with you next. You still with the handle of his open balcony door in your hand.
This is so. He's just. They just come into his office. He's just kind of like, oh hi.
Yeah.
I guess these aren't like complete strangers to him.
Yeah, I mean,
Maybe.
he does to
Um.
Angelo.
Yeah. His smile falters a little, replaced with confusion. Oh, hello, Quincy. Checking out my balcony, are you?
Okay, so he does know me. Alexander's eyes scan the room, and he notices for the first time that Lucas and Kaitos are here.
Have we met? I feel like I'm gonna turn into Joe Swanson in a second.
Yeah, honestly, that'd be kind of sick, though.
I don't think I could do it, but Terry could.
Damn. Like, I gotta get Terry on one of these.
Yes.
No.
Oh. All right. Ah, and hello, boy. Oh, wait, I forgot this.
Yeah.
Hello, father. D'Angelo doesn't usually bring company.
Alright, I've got a couple choices here. Roll deception. I think my deception's really bad. D'Angelo speaks highly of your talks. I'd accompany him on his visits. Balcony? I got lost searching for the commode. Oh, these are both rolling deception. I have equal chances of
I
fucking
put
both of
points into
these.
deception.
Yeah, what, sorry?
I thought you put points into deception.
Oh, I did put points in deception.
I mean,
Can I look at my stats? Like, does the
I
party
think you
have...
can. I hope you can.
Not really. Oh, I have 0 reputation in anything. Oh wait, there's scrolling stuff.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, you have 1 point into deception, or +1 than you would normally have.
Okay, that is helpful. Which one is more? Was I looking for the
I think you should
bathroom?
lean into D'Angelo bits since he's so down bad.
Yeah, no, they're down. They're fucking. So I think that that's gonna be helpful. Success!
Yay!
D'Angelo speaks highly of your conversations together. I was curious, so I accompanied him. And protecting Lucas is my duty, so he came as well. The others wish to...
I mean, I guess you only really have to explain Kaitos the reasons why he's there, because
Yeah.
it's just the other one. But say no more. You're all welcome here. Take a seat.
We brought Kaitos because we need somebody to keep our dicks warm at night in his ass.
Oh my gosh, no.
You slowly close the balcony door and take a seat in one of the overstuffed chairs. Load the bee in part of the clean outside air. Lucas stays standing.
Are you familiar with or Kriegspiel, Quincy?
That was a really good pronunciation of that. No, but I've seen D'Angelo play.
Wait, is Kriegspiel a real instrument? Or like a song?
No, I think it's a game.
Okay. I thought it was an instrument. Wait, is it like chess, but like German, I'm assuming?
I think it's the game that like we were looking at the pieces for earlier.
Okay, so it's like Fire Emblem.
Yes, we're playing Fire Emblem.
Yes, we're playing gay furry Fire Emblem. No, I don't think Fire Emblem is this well written. I'm not gonna lie. I think
Damn.
Fire Emblem at its best is like decent. Nah, this eats. This is like fucking Song of Ice and Fire tier. I love the writing in this.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what was I doing? Your brother is a prodigy at it. You'll enjoy it. He's preoccupied placing the little broad statues on various parts of the board. It's part of the officer training in the king's army, you know.
One game, sire. Then we must get going.
Just one? Ha ho. Better than nothing. Let's make it a bet. How's 25 Gilder?
That's probably literally nothing.
Yeah, that's nothing for him. That's like Elon Musk giving someone $5.
Yeah. D'Angelo fishes into his pockets and pulls out a crumpled wad of paper, then a half-eaten biscuit. Oh, you know he's always got snacks on him. And then finally his coin purse. He tosses the 25 guilder onto the game board. Alexander does the same, before looking at you expectantly.
Oh, there's a cute comic the artist drew where like someone like is petting D'Angelo's like chest, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I lost a hardtack in there one time." So he's totally the type of person to like find snacks in his boobs.
Yeah. I have 100, but fuck it, I'm gonna play ball.
Play ball. I mean, it's the demo. I mean, how much?
There's no risk. 25. I'm giving 1/4 of everything that I own, but fuck it.
This is like Final Fantasy IX's card game.
Yeah, definitely. Oh god, fucking no. This is probably gonna be better than fucking. What was it? Was it Terra Masters
It's like
or Tetra
Tetra
Masters?
card or some shit.
It was like
Look,
it was Terra Master or Tetra Masters.
Oh no, it's Tetra Master. Yeah.
Starine says, "I need the big Tanuki guy so bad." Listen, we all know that we need to be digged down by the big Tanuki man.
Yes, we all need to be digged down by the big Tanuki man. Look.
Nobody's pretending that's not the case.
he literally is canonically like the hottest man in the story, which I think is
He
kind
is
of
a
cool
man
that like
whore.
I think it's kind of cool that like a bigger man is like seen as like
The
a
sexy
very
man.
like the most attractive person in the story.
Yeah,
I like that
I like it.
because he is.
He he is gonna make you feel young, loved, starry. He's a very good man. All right, you
I don't know.
can't.
He's kind of a man whore, but yeah.
He is,
I
but you know he's gonna make you feel good individually. Listen, he's gonna make no bones about uh, this being an open relationship. All right, you count 25 guilder and place it upon the table. Quite the hefty fee for a game, you think?
Good man. Here's the basics then.
20 minutes later, and your head is full of supply chains, different unit types, acts of the architect, trade deals. You dare not ask for clarification lest it take 20 more. It would be best to make peace with the fact that you will never see those 25 guilder again. Angelo controls the game pieces meant to be a vestier. King Regent Alexander takes control of the Epona, and you are left with the Laurentia. Soon the game begins. This is how it feels whenever anyone tries to explain like a real-time strategy game to me.
This is me literally explaining Fire Emblem 4 to you when you played for like 5
Yeah.
minutes.
No,
I
it kind of
we'll try
was.
again.
No, it
We'll
wasn't.
try.
It wasn't that confusing.
Okay.
We can do another one of these streams for Fire Emblem.
Yes, we can.
For the time being, you are
Until
prisoner of the King Regent. Sorry, what were you saying?
you, I was gonna say until the creator makes more of this game.
Yes.
Whenever. We'll see. I would love to do this again, but I don't know when the creator's making more content.
Yeah.
Hopefully soon. But also, the creator. I'm assuming this takes a while because I think this was probably really done by like 2 people.
Yeah.
So yeah, pretty good game though.
I'd be
You
down to do
enjoying
this
the
more.
you enjoying the vacation, D'Angelo?
His eyebrows furrow. He's absorbed in assessing where to move a particular cannon. I'm sorry, I don't follow.
This little stint in the prince's convoy, he gestures with his hand. I'm sorry you didn't get a real furlough when you returned to Vester, but I figure attending to whining peasants can't be so bad as to saving counter-revolutionaries in Epona, eh?
Alexander chuckles, sliding some of his infantrymen forward into the open field. D'Angelo destroys them a moment later. This prince's convoy is the first in 100 years, sire. I'm giving it my full attention.
So serious in your duty. I like that about you, Barger. Do learn to relax. Your convoy will put a few strings. Your convoy will pull a few strings, make a few decrees, and the brothers of the Bear Hand will simmer down as all unhappy subjects do.
They said that about Epona, sire.
Oh my God. Yes, well, his smile falters a little. This is Vester. To be callous, we have Myrrh, and Epona's nobility didn't. Besides, the brothers of the Bear Hand aren't calling for our heads to come off or anything.
The Red Mirror Viscount to F63.
Your turn, Quincy.
Success. You rolled 11 hair touch. Oh,
Damn,
I might win this.
bro's basically like we have like nuclear weaponry. We're gonna win against
Yeah.
the fucking what an asshole.
Yeah, I'm using the Sixth Sense to nuke their armies. Looking at the game board is overwhelming, but if there's one thing you know, it's probably bad to have enemy combatants behind your claimed territory. I'd like to use my cavalry to destroy your axemen here, King Regent.
Ah, good. You're at least paying attention then.
He removes the cavalry from your side of the board. So far, this is alright?
As I was saying, Quintrell, I would worry about your brother. You'll remind him to relax, won't you? He snorts. I think you're asking the wrong person, father.
I'm committing to being the rudest fucker ever. No, that's stupid.
Yes, real rude boy status.
Of course I won't. That's foolish. Okay, that's not exactly the same.
Also, I like how Kaito says, I don't know, it reminds me of Crash Bandicoot whenever he does the like forward facing thing.
It's really good.
Pardon
He's so
me.
stressed.
Oh yeah, no. Pardon me. His expression hardens and he draws himself up like an animal anticipating to an attack. Damn, okay, he's about to bite and lunge at
Yeah.
you, I guess.
And I'm interpreting the ellipses as like, you know, in anime, whenever like people are like making like, whenever they do anything, they're just like, uh, uh,
I interpret it as like gulping is like I don't know. You can't really do gulping over a mic.
No, it's really hard to do. You have to do like a cartoon gulp. Uh, we are all very busy with convoy duties. I can't waste my precious recreation time telling my brother to relax.
It's a stupid suggestion, father.
I mean, I guess if anyone could talk shit to the king, it'd be as the prince.
Yeah.
Ah ha ha! Your Grace, you might recall my brother can be blunt to a fault.
He deflates somewhat. If that's the level of diplomatic tact that the prince's convoy right hand has, perhaps you're correct to be concerned, D'Angelo. Calling the King Regent foolish.
I called the request foolish, not. He strikes his head frantically, signaling an X with his hands, so you fall silent. Lucas snickers, but he is the only one. Nobody says anything for a while. So when they say brother, is that like
I think they are actually
D'Angela's
brothers.
D'Angela's like literally my brother?
Yeah, because they have the same last name. I don't know if they had different moms.
Mm,
I don't know the lore. I think we have to
okay.
go through the codex probably,
All
but
right. Listen, when I say I want to have sex with D'Angelo, it's me personally, not my character.
oh yeah, no, facts. Yeah, I just realized that. Holy shit. Uh, Quintrell, you're rather low on food by the looks of it. I'd like to propose a trade deal. I'll give you 3 turns worth of food in exchange for one of your cannoneers. How about that? Oh shit, is this about to become the fucking, I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know what my thought was. Continue.
Okay, success. You rolled 16 deception. Damn, that's a good roll. You decide to examine the state of the King Regent's troops, considering the bounty of food tokens accumulated on Alexander's side. 3 turns worth would hardly make a dent in his stocks. And you are low on artillery. Seven turns food and a battalion of spearmen.
I was about to say that I was about to say it's about to turn into that one like gambling game anime that like everybody really likes. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Bakano?
Bakano? Is that what it is?
There's a couple of those. There's like 2 of them.
Oh yeah, isn't it? Well, I know Kakagurui is the one with like
Kakaguru
the
is the one I
girls,
know.
right?
Yeah,
I heard that that one isn't like really like about the strategy. It's more just about the characters. I don't know. I
yeah.
didn't watch it, but I
There's
heard it.
another.
Well,
There's
like
another one with a guy.
no, yeah, I was talking about the guy one. I don't know. I would just say it was a really stupid observation because I was just gonna say that he's like it's in those scenes where it's like it's like they're like doing something in the game that's like representative of their emotion and ideals. I don't know. Whatever. 7. He squints agonizingly at the game board before huffing a breathy sigh through his mustache. All right, Barger, they're yours. This
Uh,
is nice. What?
I looked up the name of the anime. It's Yakyo Barai Kaji, Ultimate Survivor. It's the one with the guy with like the really long face.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
that one. Anyways, keep going.
This is nice. We should do this more, Lieutenant General. I have a million things to ask you. Oh, I've yet to hear about your siege of Belvedere.
You don't want to hear that one, Your Grace. It's complicated and boring. And then there's the casualties.
Any battle worth fighting for will have men die. If it weren't for you, nobody would have escaped alive. I command you regale us. That's an order from your king regent. You mustn't be shy of your accomplishments. I feel like now I'm doing like Ian McKellen Magneto.
Yeah, honestly, that's
Probably because
pretty
I just
good.
saw the X-Men movies like a few days. I rewatched them with
Yeah,
Terry.
yes, Your Grace. Lucas, who has been passing the time staring impatiently out the window with his cheek pressed against the glass, comes to life. You can't help but find your interest piqued as well. D'Angelo seldom speaks of his time in the peninsula, at least not in any detail. Okay. It was the fourth week of the siege against Belovadi. Uh, Belovadi. Belovadi. The commoners had full control of the city from the outside, from the inside out, and were putting up a hell of a fight. We were pinned on both sides. The revolutionaries in the city would shoot and fire artillery from atop the walls. The men of the country would sneak up at night and trample our soldiers in their tents on horseback. To make things worse, those bastards hardly let you have a wink of sleep with their constant chanting, "Accept our freedom or accept your death."
Oh,
Alexander,
is Daddy committing war
I
crimes?
think Daddy's committing war crimes. Listen, we knew going in here. We knew going in here what genre this was.
I can fix
Alexander,
him.
we can fix him. Alexander is frozen mid-move, the little bronze horse hanging limply from his fingers. He listens with rapt attention of a child enjoying a particularly good bedtime story. I was trying to get some sleep one night when I woke to a huge explosion, then screaming. It's never quiet during a siege, but this was big enough that I knew not only something awful happened, but then it was gonna be my mess to clean up. Can't say I was expecting to see Lieutenant General Cagther lying outside my tent. What was left of him, anyway? Poor bastard caught cannon shot through in his middle. That's when I knew that.
You had to take matters into your own hands.
He shifts uncomfortably. That I was suddenly the most senior officer in the siege. The only nobles left were me and Sebastian, Glenmair's son. There was no way to get a message out. Nobody was going to come save us. All I could do was make a final push into the city and try and get the rest of these men and the orphan, the, not the orphan, the Opanun king and court to safety. D'Angelo delivers his recount of fighting into the city. The usual enthusiasm in his voice is all but missing. His posture is easy, reclined in the chair, but toned flat, as though he were describing something mundane, like the weather. When we reached the palace, I saw that they'd already gotten the king. His head was up upon a pike, Middle Ages style. Then a group of these freedom fighters caught us in the wrong place at the wrong time. In Sebastian Glenamir, that foolish bastard. He tried to surrender on the spot, to reason with them that we'd only wanted to evacuate the nobility and members of the court, went waving his arms and shouting, "We admit defeat. Alpana is yours." They just swarmed him like so many ants. One man had a sword to his neck, a swig from a flask of courage, and he draws a thumb across his neck. We fought like hell then. There were maybe 50 of us left, but everyone had liked Sebastian. Everyone. Our timing was lucky. The siege had been going a long time. They were tired. Then they were tired more than us. We managed to overpower them in the moment, and were able to get the princess and the rest of the court out from the palace. He rubs his forehead. To be honest, I don't remember the details beyond that. It was just running, fighting, running. Days of it. Don't know if I slept, but when it was all over, I was back at our fort. We were alive. And most importantly, someone else was arranging the travel of barons and princesses And what have you to Vestir? I could finally sleep.
What a tale. Oh, he whistles. I can't whistle. Just a.
Damn, the king's kind of an unempathic asshole.
As all leaders of the world are.
That's very true.
What a tale.
Uh, there are better ones. That sieges lost us. The Opanan War. If we had just marched with our full force earlier, he reaches out towards D'Angelo's shoulder, then diverts and scratches his head instead.
Wait, like scratches his own or scratches D'Angelo's head?
I think it's implying his own.
Okay. Nonsense. Apoda's monarchy still lives on because of you. And what's more, you didn't even return to Vesta right away. You went right out to the other cities to rescue anyone who'd wish to flee the country.
Just finishing what I started.
And so you more than earned your promotion, Lieutenant General. Still so modest. I don't understand why you don't have some pride about it, boy. I failed to see how this was a win for Vester, Father. Opona is now a republic. You haven't a soldier's mindset, son. Think of it this way. Opona's nobility has dispersed all over the world, and not one of them will ever forget our Lieutenant General here. Vester has friends all over as a result. That's worth a lot in the world of politics. I don't know why I said it.
Damn,
You just said, the moving words are silly.
yeah, that's how I read them. Damn, this guy fucking sucks balls. Um, he's like, we did kill a lot of innocents, and uh, we didn't even get what we wanted in the end. But we sent a message.
And we also have political allies somehow, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I don't find it too unbelievable. He clears his throat. It's your turn, sire.
Alright, my cavalry to I-33.
Attempt to change the subject. We don't want to talk about issue.
Alright, do it. Since you should test him. Fuck this guy.
Yeah, let's test him.
Really? Epona was a beautiful show of Vester's generosity. I was thinking.
Why ask him about the? Why ask him to tell the tale? He's clearly uncomfortable with it.
Nonsense. I wasn't forcing the man. He plays with the dewlap of the moose head hung up on the wall. I believe your exact words were, "That's an order from your king regent." Why? He looks to the ground like a lost kitten. He, what is that sports thing? Cowed.
Yep. I've got two balls just like the rest of you. I don't need you to speak for me, Quincy. You sure do. You got two balls and they're so heavy I will hold them for you.
I would love to hold them for you, sir.
Ignore them, your grace. It's an honor to regale you with the adventures of the king's army.
Oh, I thought for a moment you're going soft on me, Lieutenant General.
Never. D'Angelo places his next piece with a little too much enthusiasm, almost upending the game board. When you make a brief eye contact, he glowers. You look away.
After examining the board on his turn, he leans back, self-satisfied. I'm afraid you're about done, Quintrell. I think I could wipe out the entire left arm of your army this coming turn.
Well, your hidden tokens turned away from his view say otherwise. You need only goad him into trying. Success, you rolled 10 deception. Oh? You assume your best approximation of disappointment. Well, perhaps if I... No.
Sorry, boy. Kriegspiel is a game of skill. Only way to learn to win is to lose.
No, I've literally done this. I remember I was playing with like my best friend as a kid's like little brother in the game of Battleship, and when he guessed a spot that was like nowhere near me, I purposefully hesitated. I was about to say hit, and then I said miss on purpose. Like I hesitated to make him think that the battleship was like near there, and that I just miscalculated, even though he was nowhere close. And that was how I won that
Yeah,
entire game.
I love that for you.
uh, Sometimes you gotta pretend like you're fumbling, and that's how you get into their head. That's the mind games. To your satisfaction, he moves his little bronze men to march on your own imaginary army. When you flip the small parchment square up, revealing the hidden explosives, he chuckles and shakes his head.
Well, was certain those were just motes or something. You got me good, Barker.
And so more of Alexander's men are removed from the board.
I heard that that female soldier was collected for the convoy guard. Why is everybody sexist? And also, like, why is nobody sexist towards Amani? Because, like, isn't she also like a woman? And like, I don't know. That's weird, but it kind of sucks.
I mean, Imani is mostly, as far as we know, a storyteller, but also, I mean, is 1796. If
I mean,
anything,
she was.
I'm surprised they're not more sexist.
I mean, she was kind of cleaning her gun. I don't know. My
That
leading
is true.
theory is that Amani's a T girl, and like, and this is my personal headcanon, and that's why
Yeah,
nobody fucks with her. And also, she
yeah,
just gives like sexy T girl vibes.
yeah. Vicky's just like, she's just more like bodacious and like out there, and like she doesn't act womanly.
Yeah,
But yeah, yep, Vicky, that is. Guard Wilvery, or Wilvire.
that's the name. It's got to be awkward, isn't it? Tiptoeing around her.
Not at all. I specifically requested her presence.
Oh, I see. Need a little comfort on the field, eh?
Comfort, you aren't sure what that means. I know exactly what that means. He's like, oh, you're fucking her, huh?
Nah, bro does not care. Bro
Uh,
does not care what gender he's putting his dick into.
yeah, exactly. And Vicky, I'm sure, is a very good soldier.
Of course you would imply a soldier you've never met as traveling light skirt. What? We're all men here. Not boys will be boys, head ass. Get the fuck out of
No,
here.
he is. The king sucks balls. I hate him. That was a euphemism, you suppose? No, that's not why I picked her.
Whoa. He furrows his eyebrow, looks confused. Wow, I guess women are only used for sex objects, I guess. Damn. Fuck this guy.
Yeah. Uh, with all due respect, Your Grace, I think you underestimate her. She's gotten me out of some tight situations. She was with me through Belo, uh, Belovadi, Guard Wildfires, tough as steel. I'd pick nobody else.
You're a braver man than me, Lieutenant General. I sure wouldn't envy being around such a wildcat in strawberry season.
You mean during menses? I assume this is
Oh,
like
she's
her
on her
period.
period?
Uh,
Oh,
you get
damn.
you get this one. There's actually a part in Berserk that's about this. I can't. I'm really excited to show you the '90s anime. Honestly, I think we might have to do that before Cyber Six. I really want to show you Berserk.
Yeah, we can watch that. We can watch that. We can watch that this Steam Universe future.
Y'all, yay! You're
Oh, it's
next.
me. It's me. Might we please change this topic?
Can't say I've ever noticed. He moves one of his spearmen, obliterating the King Regent's cavalry.
Is she a T-girl too? That's crazy. Game's about over.
Uh, no, I think Vicky's just got that doll in her. Tabulating a final score takes many minutes, involving King Regents pulling out a scrap of paper and tallying numbers from held land to casualties to wealth. And I don't know. I think I won all those deception checks. I bet I won.
I don't. I have not been following. I kind of got lost after fucking D'Angelo started regaling his fucking trauma.
No, I remember I won all the checks for this one. When he is
Okay.
finally finished, he nearly drops his quill in shock.
I lost to both of you. D'Angelo I'd expect, but Quincy put up quite the fight. Perhaps there's more to your brother there is more of your brother in you than I thought.
What did you think before?
Though of course, D'Angelo is still the sole winner, by more than twice your score.
Damn. It didn't even matter that I won every single one of those checks. I couldn't beat him. Thank you, Your Grace, but I feel bad for emptying your pockets so much. He's got all the fucking money. Whatever. I'll just take back my wager. He pockets the 25 guilder. No, stop fucking sucking up to the king. And then deposits the rest into your hands. Let's give the rest of the winnings to my Quinn. He's earned it. Plus 50 guilder. Okay, so I came out 25 guilder richer than I did starting.
Yo, let's
Hell
go.
yeah. You suppose you have? Thank you. We must get going. It was a pleasure, Your Grace. You'd been sitting so long your legs ache when you stand.
Asenath, we're leaving.
He looked up from staring into the eyes of the moose mount on the wall. Hey.
I suppose I've kept you long enough. Just as well, I need to speak to the guards about fixing the lock on the doors to this room.
Hmm.
What?
Nothing. Good to have the castle secure, Your Grace.
I'll see you again in a few weeks' time, Lieutenant General. For more serious matters, we must discuss what is to be done about with the Oppidan Princess. She's been heckling me. They're seeking your counsel.
Understood. Uh, Alexander opens his door, and there is little else to do but shuffle quietly outward. Before he closes it, he bestows a parting word.
Mind Lucas for me, Quincy. It was pleasant to see you again. Just follow your brother's advice, and I'm sure you'll make a fine right hand. Ah, to be a young soldier, how I wish to be in your place, Lieutenant General.
As do I yours. Until then, Your Grace. As the door closes behind you, so too does your hopes of using that particular route. And you were so close too. D'Angelo suddenly looks much more fatigued than he did before. Damn,
Damn, I guess
that
only
was
one of our
rough.
plans worked.
Well, I mean, we still have three more whole things to try, though it is getting close to like 11 p.m. I don't know if like you'd want to save this for like another time or if you'd like to
Oh, I mean, I
continue.
could keep going if you're. I mean, for me, my clock's less than yours. It's fine.
Yeah, 2 hours behind. Okay. Yeah, no. Yeah, I could do that. Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna go use the bathroom again though, real quick. I have been drinking some Chardonnay this entire time.
Oh my gosh, I love that.
I am a
I'll
wine
keep
mom.
Jack company, I guess.
All right, I'm gonna go pee again real quick. Be right back.
So what's the deal with airline food?
Oh, I'm back. Oh, Hello?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Okay,
I
good.
just keep forgetting about push to talk.
Alright. Let's see. So we've got, uh... Oh, hi back, says Star Eden. Alright, let's see. So we've got upstairs sitting room, guard barracks, and Hall of Kings. Hall of Kings sounds kind of interesting.
Hall of Kings. I don't know why I said it like that.
Let's just... We're gonna do all of them anyways.
Yes, let's do it.
Huh. I've never bothered to actually set foot here. The Hall of Kings is one of the few parts of Diadem Castle open to the public. During the season, Vesterians of any class may take a reprieve from the courtyard's abundant gardens and enter the shady keep. Here in the Hall of Kings, they're invited to marvel at the Endemir's family splendor. Being that it's late spring, the hall sits almost forgotten, neither prepped for the coming season nor tended to since the former. A few low burning candles provide just enough illumination. A Diadem Castle hallmark, white and gold carpet runs the length of the hall. On the left side, a series of portraits span the walls. Candlelight bounces off their gilt frames. On the right, an assortment of very old and expensive-looking objects sits in reliquary cases. You run a finger along a wall. It comes to a cake. It comes up caked in dust. I imagine we're some of the first to enter in months, aside from the castle help.
Checking the grades should be a quick task. We needn't be here long.
Whoa, hey, I've never seen one of these in person before. D'Angelo meanders off, magnetically drawn to the mountain manticore that dominates the cluster of reliquaries. Couldn't have been easy to stuff that thing.
Ugh. Focus, please. There are only 13 grades in this hall.
Lucas bounces on his heels with growing impatience. You try to redirect back to the task at hand.
Oh, I think that's you.
Oh, right. Uh, would you know which grade it might be, Lucas?
Why would I? The last time Oscar and I gave the guards the slip in that manner was before Verma. I don't expect you to remember things you did in the single-digit age range.
His voice echoes around the high vaulted room. D'Angelo's attention is drawn away from the manticore. He looks back with raised brows.
Also, I wonder what Verma is. I think the like little girl that messaged us talking about Verma. I wonder if it's like a
Hmm,
security system, I guess.
might be.
But anyway, ah, this is it. No, I don't know which. Let's just tart with the reliquary area. Reliquary area.
It was supposed to be. It was
Oh,
start.
tart.
Yeah, there's like a lot of like little things with this as far as like the writing. Like the writing is really good. It's just it needs a few checks.
Honestly, when I played this the first time, I only really noticed like 2 or 3 errors. It's
uh,
it's pretty big. Yeah, I mean they're still there, but it's fairly clean. I didn't know
oh
this
yeah,
though, but
oh
yeah.
yeah, it is. I only noticed because it's like one of my best areas of study is in writing in English. So I just noticed like little things here and there, but like whatever. It's a demo. It's fine. uh,
Ask him if he's all right,
oh
or I don't know if he's
oh wait,
awkward.
the S came back.
Oh, what the fuck?
Huh. Interesting.
That's,
Okay. It's
that's
just like a
wild.
weird thing. Okay. Um.
That was disproportionate. He's calling him fucking dramatic.
Yeah. I mean, if I'm gonna stick with being rude, that's what I should go with. You're angry. Why? Lucas checks cheeks bloom red. He snatches the glasses off his nose and polishes them furiously.
No, it's simply, well, you wouldn't understand. There's no point explaining.
Lucas replaces the glasses upon his face with such force that they're left askew. He sweeps past you without so much as another word. Upon finding the first airflow grate in the wall, he sets to testing the connection between the metal and stone. He hits it harder than you think necessary. You suppose you'd best investigate. Explore the reliquaries.
He's such a little drama queen.
He is. Like, he needs to fucking relax a little bit. It's not that serious. Just chill. And the Endemir family's most precious objects sit within the golden glass displays. They are arranged in rows of two, all leading up to the most elaborate case of all, inside which the Endemir's crown jewels sit upon a white cushion. One reliquary is completely empty. In the center, a large stuffed manticore stands on its hind legs. Its menaces like a heraldic, like a heraldic beast leapt off some illuminated page. At the base of each reliquary, an Endemure synthesizer hums away, serving as a warning that any tampering would be an unwise decision.
Examine the crown jewels.
Alright, let's examine the crown jewels.
Examine D'Angelo's balls.
I will. The reliquary is older than the rest. Most the glass is foggy and gray-green, made in an era less sophisticated than your own. Only the front panel has been replaced with clear pane. Inside is a silk cushion, upon which sits the Endemir crown jewels, St. Alistair's crown, and the ampulla. The crown is an object of ornate craftsmanship. A unicorn stands at one end of the rose diamond, a manticore the other. Together they flank the jewel, having paused in their usual rivalry for the good of Vestir. Around the rest of the diadem are precious stones and flourishes of gold flowers, and spirals reminiscent of the unicorn horn. An ampulla, a gold unicorn statue, stood on its hind legs, holds oil for anointing the new monarchs, though through a hole in its horn. Beneath these two items is a plaque. The Endemure crown jewels, the treasure of the Tri-Kingdom bestowed upon Arthur Endemure by the architect himself. With these, the High King holds dominion over the Vestirian Peninsula.
I guess bro just has the fucking magic crystals, I guess.
The
Ah,
Chaos Emeralds.
he has the literal fucking. I was gonna say Triforce, but like those aren't really jewels. Um, the most despicable set of objects in this whole hall. Oh, I was thinking of the fucking crystals from like Legends of Ocarina of Time that represent the three goddesses.
Oh yeah, it's kind of like that.
Yeah.
Lucas
Anyway.
stalks in your direction, face sour and drawn tight, arms clamped behind his back.
It's a small comfort my family isn't quite so tacky as to don the antediluvian monstrosity on the daily. Even Oscar has enough taste to think it ugly.
It's rather old-fashioned.
Though I do take some joy in imagining him being made to wear such a hideous thing upon his coronation. It'll be glorious. Ah, by the way, Quintrell, there's no grate here. Don't go crawling around this area. This is my family's most precious reliquary. I'm unfamiliar with the protections on it. I'd hate for my right hand bumping the case to be how I found out how intense they are.
I bet the empty reliquary would be where it would be, like the exit, but I'll examine the stuffed manticore. Well,
Ooh,
that's some really cool art. I love that. While
yes.
impressive from further away, closer inspection of the manticore leaves you disappointed. Whoever was in charge of mounting the creature mustn't have known what one looked like in life. I guess we only think it's pretty because we haven't seen a living manticore at this point. Bertram, manticores were used in the great unicorn hunts of old by the Endemir family. Once plentiful, their population declined in the coming ages. The late Bertram, faithful companion of King Oscar I, was the last of his kind. D'Angelo walks in circles around it, entrapped. Occasionally, he cranes his neck to see some part from a different angle. Such poor construction. What now? Manticores possess the body of a cat. They wouldn't have walked upon their toes, not with feet like that. Feet flat like a man. Furthermore, its arms can't possibly bend like that. You talk like you've seen a living one with your own eyes. I haven't. It's common anatomical sense. Well, maybe manticores just look like that. Not like we could just visit Menagiri and find out. They've stitched its nostril shut. Oh yeah, look at that. As you observe the dim light playing against the manticore's leathery wings and chitinous tail, it's almost possible to imagine the magnanimity the beast once possessed. Almost.
Wintrell, any luck over there? His irritated voice cuts through your ponderings.
Er, you try to grate the you try the grate closest to the manticore. It does not budge. No.
Then move on.
Alright, let's examine the empty reliquary. The empty reliquary is rectangular in shape and about 4 times as long as it is wide. A gold engraving depicts a pair of manticores surrounding a defeated unicorn. The creature wept as fire barrels towards her. A plaque describes what once sat within the glass: the manticore blade, a rapier made from the tail of a manticore. It was once wielded in the last unicorn hunt by Arthur Andemure. It is perhaps the first relic ever produced. Due to its powerful and unpredictable nature, the manticore blade has few practical modern uses, but it serves as a reminder of Vestir's history and the gift of mirror bestowed on us by the architect.
Well, what of that? Great. Any luck?
Right. You direct your attention to the wall. There is a grate here, but it doesn't move when you pull at it.
Unpredictable nature. What nonsense. Unpredictable if you possess the conducting prowess of a first-year Verma student, maybe. Oh, so I guess the Vermas are guards, I guess.
Yeah. He draws the manticore blade from the sheath at his side and examines it against the reliquary. In spite of his sour mood, a self-satisfied smile comes across his features.
Nothing so useful should be left to rot in a glass case.
Oh, okay, so he has the manticore blade.
Oh, I guess he does. I didn't pick up on that.
Huh. How do you get out of the reliquary? You've never told me you took the manticore blade in the first place. Okay, I'll put
Yeah,
that
yeah,
there.
he did.
Yeah. You've never shared why you took it.
Pure rebellion. We men of the law are weak for a good metaphor. What better than to be the manticore to my brother's unicorn prince? And it was gathering dusk, quite literally. He runs his finger across the glass case, then flicks the dust off distastefully. Unlike some, I'm not so reductional on the function of red muir. I'm folly to dismiss an object this powerful as an unrefined fire hazard.
I see. How did you get it out of the reliquary? Let me actually kind of look at his like codex entry again and see. Can you like see what it looks like in his art?
Maybe.
I guess that's the manticore blade.
Looks very nice. I
Yeah,
love his little manticore blade.
it's very unassuming though. You wouldn't think.
It probably looks cooler unsheathed.
Probably. It's probably like they'll show it for a big pop-off moment. How did you get out of the reliquary? How did you get it out of there? The synthesizer is still intact and humming against the base of the reliquary. You aren't entirely sure what would happen if you were to touch the glass, but you're reasonably sure it wouldn't be pleasant.
Simple. Touch it.
You want me to touch the armed reliquary?
Yes.
Whoa, hey. A few seasons ago, I saw a common man who touched one of those. It was gruesome. He was laid up at the White Practitioner for at least a month after.
He raises an eyebrow and gestures to the empty case. Do you not trust me?
No.
No. Fuck
No.
no. I trust him.
No. I wouldn't either.
Aha, I hope you jest. Am I so treacherous? I have no desire to set fire to my right hand. He places a hand upon the glass, nothing happens. I only ask for demonstratory, blah, 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 demonstratory, I guess it's demonstratory purposes. Red mirror relics power the defensive mechanism in these reliquaries. Ah, what a lovely coincidence in etymology. Reliquaries powered by relics. They require a large amount of mithril, hence the size of these synthesizers. As a result of the cumbersome size, the device must be housed inside the reliquary's casing. Quite the design flaw. Anyone who knows anything of those old autonomous synthesizers need only open it up.
Lucas grabs the screw at the corner of the device. It is loose enough for him to untwist by hand. The casing swings off, revealing an incomprehensible mess of tiny metal pipes and gears beneath.
Disconnecting this mithril rod here severs the device's connection with the salamander jaw here. Set off the trigger mechanism as you like. It will never so much as make a spark.
Sounds like a great way to accidentally kill yourself.
If you're ignorant, yes, but I'm still standing here before you. The results speak for themselves. He looks fondly upon his rapier.
Damn, Lucas is kind of cool.
That's what I'm saying.
He's-
Lucas is an evil twink, but he's kind of cool, or he's at least a
Yeah.
bratty twink.
Yeah, like he's like a asshole. But like he breaks the rules sometimes. I've had no success with the fence on this side of the room. We should check the portrait side.
Unfortunate.
D'Angelo, who has been been no help thus far, is kneeling to see if the manticore does indeed possess an anus. Okay.
He's so real for that.
He is. I get it.
Wait, where the fuck is Kaitos? I feel like we have not heard from Kaitos this entire fucking section.
We haven't heard from Kaitos in a minute, and that's upsetting to me mostly because Kaitos's voice is not very straining on my on my vocal cords.
That's okay. It's okay. Next time we'll bring Vicky and Amani and then I'll talk.
Cool.
Uh
Fine. I'd much rather spend time over there, though. I haven't even gotten a good look at that fancy hat.
We're here for a purpose, Lieutenant.
Sheesh. Alright. With a last reluctant glance back at its disfigured face, he leaves the beast be for the portrait side. As D'Angelo walks past you, you hear him mutter under his breath, "We're here for one purpose, Lieutenant." I'll start at this end then.
What a hoe.
Yeah. As he hears the furthest length of the portrait wall, his foot catches upon a section of the rug. D'Angelo loses his balance, and you tense as you watch him try and fall to right him. As you try and fail, watch him try and fail to right himself. Instead, he begins to teeter in the direction of one of the portraits. You can just make out the plaque of Her Majesty Queen Amalthea Endemir, Mother of the Vestir.
No!
Lucas's response is swift. The prince closes the gap between himself and D'Angelo in almost no time, and just manages to crash his shoulder into him. D'Angelo just barely misses the portrait, instead slamming sideways into the stone wall. Lucas stands huffing, rubbing his shoulder.
You bumbling oaf! Watch your feet! The damage that could have done.
Oh, he rubs his head. What was that for? Isn't isn't like you to care for some portrait? I thought you hated what was it? Royal hedonism.
Artwork is history. Even if the reason for its creation is royal decadence, just start off at that end instead. He points in the opposite direction.
Angelo shuffles away once again, looking thoroughly confused on the matter. You're going to give yourself a hernia at this rate. Lucas turns back to the portrait and delicately shifts the frame back and forth so that it hangs correctly on the wall. Look at the portrait wall. The portraits run about 3/4 of the length of the wall of the hall. Each of the Endymion each as Endymion is the last. Dozens of smiling faces surrounded by a mane of flowing black locks, fringed with gold at the end. Their post-mortem likenesses framed by metal roses and a plaque bearing their name. Upon the death of a high king or his heir, another portrait would be installed, or something of the sort. Most are high kings from ages past, their names long escaped from your memory since your days of history class. Toward the end, though, the last two reigning queens are more familiar. Mysteriously, one final portrait hangs after the late Queen Amalthea Amidir. Lucas bobs along the most distant end of the hall, turning the screws holding the grates in place with his little fingers. Every now and then, he glances up at the portraits and scowls. Kaito seems more interested in looking at the pictures than actually trying the grates. All right.
I think you should, yeah.
Oh, sorry.
I think you should do Queen Amalthea, mainly because that's actually the name of the last unicorn when she takes a human form. Which I wonder if that's what our
Um,
reference is. I wonder if that's what it's a reference to,
I
because
bet
like,
I bet this is taking like inspiration from the last unicorn.
yeah,
I'm gonna do it after we do this haul, though. I think that's gonna do it for the stream, and then
that's fair.
we can take this up another time because it is getting pretty close to midnight.
That's fair.
Very gorgeous though. Look at her
I
long
love
snoot.
her. I love her.
When you reach Queen Amalthea Amidur, Andemir, Vestir's loving mother, you nearly bump directly into Lucas, having assumedly found no success with the nearby grate. The prince stares upward at the portrait of his mother, transfixed. This is far from the first depiction of Queen Amalthea you've seen. Her smile graces many a room in Diadem Castle. This likeness in particular shows a rather beautiful young woman, her eyes full of gentle mischief, staring at the viewer with a rapier clutched proudly in her hand.
Ask Lucas what's going on.
I'll ask Lucas what's up. Lucas? He cringes in response.
You needn't waste your pity on me. She passed long ago. It's just alarming to see her rendered in such detail. These frames are about as large as a man.
He touches a hand to the canvas and resumes study of his mother's portrait. His eyes search the canvas with a hunger only describable as sacred. His countenance softens until even you, his oldest friend, can't tell what it is he's feeling.
She should rightfully still be here. More so than the rest of the family, anyway.
You venture delicately. You were close.
No. Close implies I loved her. Love is for children and brainless young men chasing skirts. I respected her. Orator, poet, public servant, practitioner, master swordsman, and best of women.
Damn, Lucas. you have a really fucked up relationship with your mom.
I
Lucas.
think he has a fucked up relationship with all of his family.
Yeah, honestly, it doesn't sound like he has any good relationships, to be honest. Lucas speaks no more. You leave him with whatever memories he's lost in. Examine the oldest portraits. His Majesty King Arthur Amadure the Great, founder of Vestier. Vestier's first High King is rendered strangely flat, almost entirely two-dimensional. The paint cracks with age, the varnish long yellowed and discolored. This scene is in fantastical contrast to the more realistic and recent portraits of the late queens. King Arthur holds a severed unicorn head in his hand. It looks balefully toward its captor. The manticore opposite, at the other at his other shoulder, gazes up accordingly upon its master. None of the air intakes along the walls are kind enough to budge. You walk along the wall's length leisurely, watching the depictions and clothing change with age. Sleeves widen and then shrink and widen again. Tunics turn to waistcoats, but what never shifts is the abundant locks of the subject, the gold and white vestments, and the unilateral maleness of Vestier's rulers and heirs. Now nearing the Amadiers of the 1690s, you can't help but notice some of the portrait subjects being quite young. His Majesty, King Norman Andemir the Cherubic, looks hardly older than 15. Some, like Prince David, don't appear to have escaped infancy. At any rate, you're none the closer to finding the elusive Luce Great. Damn,
Oh, so I guess they have a bunch of child rulers, I guess?
yeah, they all be getting assassinated.
Damn. Ah, what a
Ooh,
cutie.
y'all's very good. She got like a unicorn scepter.
I think it's the same one that Oscar has in his portrait.
Is it? Oh yeah, it is. Her Majesty Queen Celia Andemir, Vestier's first queen, Lucas and Oscar's grandmother. Okay, it's their grandmother. That makes sense then. Her eyes look unfocused and dreamy and strange. One patch of the portrait across the late queen's right cheek is a slightly different color than the rest. I guess, yeah. You lean in close. It seems to have been repainted at some point. Behind the gauzy brown tip of the coat, you just barely see some letters. Nose now just itches away from the canvas. You can read it. It's an expletive that you shan't repeat. You draw back from the portrait, frowning. Oh, she's the one from those old woodcuts of the High Sibyl. Come again? Some of the old books at Verma have them. Who'd have known libraries have fun things sometimes? A fellow showed me once. The High Sibyl was holding her, assets. Ah, this was amusing to you. Hey, depictions of assets were hard to come by at Verma. We had to treasure each and every one. He tuts. Don't think she was very popular in her day, Celia. Just before hers is the portrait of the young Amadier boy, Prince Sutton, forever missed. He's 6, maybe 7, a brother, perhaps. Seems he didn't make it out of childhood. The great here resists your tampering, like all the others. Time to move on.
Damn, I guess D'Angelo simping after, or like jelking it to fucking Oscar and Lucas's grandma.
Yeah, that's awkward for your best friend.
Damn.
Examine the inmost portrait. That is a child.
Oh, no, it's Oscar.
Oh, is it Oscar? Oh,
Yeah.
it is Oscar.
It also says it's Oscar at the very top.
Oh, it does.
It's Oscar.
A very young Oscar. He is posed much in the same way as those portraits before him. He holds folded, staring benevolently at his beholder. He is too young to have Andemir gild, his dreads coming only to his ears. The painter must have been particularly skilled. Oscar's eyes, though half closed in that regal manner, bulge out of the sockets, painted dark enough to look blue. Whatever shade of brown was used only adds to the waxen quality of his face. Kaitos draws near where you're standing. He looks upon the portrait, his eyes widening, then furrowing suddenly. Oh god, I'm so glad I get some fucking Kaitos shit in here.
Yeah, so where have you been, bro?
It's him! Yes. The louder he looks, the more his mouth's corners twitch. Kinda cute. I assume I'm gonna assume that he means it in like the way that like kids are cute.
Yeah, I don't. Obviously not. Obviously,
Uh,
I'd hope so.
you beg to differ. It's altogether unpleasant to look at. The portrait of the living prince, seated among the immortalized dead, feels, well, haunting might be the correct word. Time to stop staring and return to your search. Move on. I found no loose grades here.
Then we're wasting our daylight dallying in this undusted. Uh, they must have sealed them the grates long ago. Let's not expend one more moment of our time in here.
Lucas is positively bristling at this point, even to Angelo, who had once again found amusement in squinting at some strangely man-shaped infants in the early section of the portrait hall, doesn't object. He exchanges an apprehensive glance with you. You follow Lucas from the hall, leaving behind his family's deep past. Only when the double doors swing closed behind you does his countenance slack back to his usual cold, feline tensity.
Ghastly tomb.
Alright, return to the entrance hall.
Alrighty, I guess that'll be it
Yeah,
for us.
yeah, my voice is, oh boy.
That's valid.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
I'm
glad I was able to introduce this game to you.
yeah, no, honestly, this was actually like one of my more successful streams. I've had consistently above like 3 viewers, which is like a lot. Um, I also had a lot of fun. I haven't tried to do voices before for characters on stream, and I really enjoyed doing it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty fun. I'm assuming you already follow the creator, but if you didn't, if
Oh yeah, I
anyone
do.
didn't know, their ad is like I think Bronco Burrow on Twitter, and I think they also have Blue Sky too. But yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
pretty good. You should check out their Twitter. But yeah, no, I was really excited to look forward to this game because I was like, oh, it's furry dark fantasy
Aw.
shenanigans. And
Wait, no, actually,
what?
I'm actually looking right now. So actually, no, the creator actually was like, uh, just recently um replied to me, and they're so excited that we did this. Actually, I'm reading it right now. Okay, I'm gonna actually post the Bronco Burrows. Oh shit. Wait. Shit. Wait, no. Okay, get that out of there. Okay. Uh, I'm gonna post their Twitter link right here.
Yes.
Yeah, no. Uh, um, it seems that they really enjoyed it.
Oh, nice. Wait, what
Uh,
did they say? Hold on,
uh,
I'll check.
yeah. I'm looking right now at my notifications. I was so floored reading this. I wish I could watch right now. I'll have to take a look at the archive later. I think this is the first time I'll see anyone reacting to it live in person. I hope you have a fun time. Thank you so much for streaming the demo. Aw.
Aww.
uh, I'm
Yay.
really glad that you're happy about that.
I
Absolutely.
don't think
No, this was great. I love this. This is awesome. I'm really excited to follow this.
Yeah, no, I'm glad I was able to introduce it to you. Yeah, because I was introducing it to like all of my friends. I think like I said, I had Terry played it, and I
Yeah,
think I was like, oh, I was like, this is more perfect for you because you're a furry, and I was like, I think you'll like this. Although
yeah.
I think Terry did like the game too. I don't know. I'd have to
I
ask him.
I'm
But
gonna be very sure to recommend all of my friends also uh that they all also uh play this. This is fantastic.
yeah, it's a pretty meaty demo too because like if you play with like the other combinations of characters, and I'm assuming you get different dialogue and stuff. So like obviously it's like
Uh
for a demo it's pretty meaty, I'm assuming.
no,
And
it
also there's like the codex and stuff to read on, which
very
I'm pretty sure is a lot easier to read than it is to voice act.
very much so. Like we've been going for like almost 4 hours and we're still not done with it. Like this is like if this was like demo was just an entire game, I'd still say that that was like well worth it. And like
No,
these
yeah.
characters are all so endearing.
Yeah, I know. I love the way the characters are written. I feel like in my mind I can like absolutely like see the way that they'd be animated and how they like talk to each other in the space and like all like the funny like ways that they're talking to each other. I totally see it in my mind's eye.
Yeah,
But and also I like replaying the game because I think the first time I played this I was playing it on like my break at work like when it first came out. And then I don't think I was able to like really pick up on a lot of the details, especially like the Amani lore dump. I think I like skimmed through that a lot, but I think it was a lot more interesting to read now that I'm actually focusing on it
it
and not
was.
at stupid work.
I really enjoyed it. The only reason I didn't go through the rest of it was because like I know we have to voice all of it, and I do love me some world building, but boy, that was a lot.
Yeah, maybe I'll be the narrator next time.
Yeah. Okay. Uh,
Yeah, I could be the narrator next time just so it has the less vocal strain in your voice because I think most of the cast that we brought is mostly you acting.
yeah, that's okay though. I actually really enjoyed it. I actually really like doing the Kaitos voice, uh, because
Yeah.
I've thought about doing voice training like for a long time, but doing the Kaitos voice, I don't know. I felt good gender feelings doing the Kaitos voice, kind of.
Yay, I love that for you.
uh,
I I felt no gender. I feel like I just used my normal voice for Imani, and then I made Vicky sound like Courtney from Dead End, and I just made Lucas sound like an asshole.
I loved your Vicky voice. I think it was perfect.
Harry says that too. Yeah, I really was like, oh, I feel like if she was in real life, she would like smoke a pack a day, low key.
Go back to the camp. Give me some cigarillos.
Yeah, she needs this. She needs the cigs. She needs the cigs. Yeah, no,
Uh,
definitely.
uh, uh,
But anyway, I guess I'll see you next time.
yeah. I'm gonna raid. I think I'm gonna raid. The Crescent Fox is currently playing Super Mario World. Uh, they are very cute and love Crescent Fox.
Yes.
Yes. Here we go.
Oh, also, do you
Here we go.
do you, do you do you archive any of your stuff?
Oh yeah. So I have a YouTube channel called Proxy VODs. Um, and that's where I archive everything.
Okay, I was just wondering because
Yeah.
I think the creator wanted it to be archived.
Yeah, no, I can send that. I'm gonna post it for Twitch, but then the YouTube channel is going to have this archived forever.
Yes.
Yes,
I
absolutely.
I, yay. Alrighty. Well, I guess good night, everyone,
Y'all's good
and we'll
night.
see you next time to finish.
Yep, good night, everybody. I will be sending off the raid now. And they are